guess what? Awesome Talk,
Damn
Season
right.
8, Episode 1 on February 21st, 2017. Welcome to the show. We're running a few minutes late, but that's okay.
Because we do what the fuck we want.
This is
It's Awesome Talk, bitch.
it's online, man. We do
Yeah.
we do what we feel like. And oh man, I cut my own head off. There we go. That's back on. There we go. Look, listen. So tonight.
Cut your own head off. That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh my God, you have no idea because you can't like just make.
Ow!
Yeah.
Ow!
It would have to be a sawing
Yeah.
because you can't gain any momentum.
Not from that. Like you'd have to. You can't take a baseball swing at your own neck. You know, like it's all.
Very hard.
That's all wrist.
Very hard
It's
to
wrist
do.
action.
You would
can't
never be able to get the whole head off before he has to.
That's like hardcore seppuku.
challenge
Yeah, right.
accepted.
I wonder if someone could cut their own head off with their own hand. Okay, they have
Oh,
like,
you
you
do
know, like
enough.
a sword or whatever.
If you do
But, I
enough
mean,
crystal meth,
how
anything
do
is
you-
possible.
We might have a point there.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you do that?
That's what I'm saying. You can't gain any momentum. You would need an
No,
arm
you can't.
extension that swings that you can
Well,
whip
you
at
need
your
like
own
all right.
head.
So
you know?
picture this:
That's
a
like-
police
like a
baton with a swing, swing, and then drop. You know, like you'd have to do something
No.
to that extent.
Well,
Centrifugal force.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know how to set up this series of pulleys. And,
It can be
and,
done.
and levers. But
I mean, do you guys want to work on it? We can start working on it right now.
well, we might
That's what
start
I'm
working.
What
on
we
it.
need is a volunteer.
Anybody out there who'd like to work
Cut
on
their own
this?
fucking head off.
We want to see what's going on. Bleed in. bleed
I'm
out.
not doing it. I got bills and shit.
Hey, Geggy Todd, welcome to the chat, man.
Hey,
Oh,
Greg,
shit.
what's up, buddy?
Yay!
So tonight at the bar, Tony Tedesco's going to be here any minute. Tonight at the bar, our special guest is Ray Ray Beats. I want to hear it for Ray Ray
Ray Ray.
Beats here, man.
Yeah, man, it's very nice
Yeah,
to
man.
meet you, sir.
Thank you
Hi,
for being
everybody.
here. Thank you for being here. I'm hoping tonight we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Let's have a big clink.
The great.
If we don't
Ray
have a
Ray
lot of
Beats.
fun, I mean, that's kind of hard for us to do at this point.
Yeah.
Even when we put on shit shows, we still have a good time.
Yeah. So we're going to do an around the bar. Welcome. My name is Rick.
I am Ryan. It's nice to be back.
I'm Jared. What's up? What's up?
What's up, everybody? My name is Ray Ray. I feel honored to be here for episode 1 of season 8.
All right, yeah.
Sarah, I'm not honored to be here.
You live here.
Yeah, man, this isn't anything for you. It's like, it's just another day.
Matt, you can introduce yourself too if you want to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like you're important enough for certain.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm Matt.
Just don't say too much, you know.
Alright.
You're making a fool of yourself.
You're important enough to say, hi, I'm Matt, and that's it.
You're making a fool of yourself.
You are. And now we're done.
Yo, I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan. Matt, can I just call you Red Band all night?
Oh well, it's in the red band seat for sure.
You there?
That is the, yeah.
So we were talking about before the break a variety of different things.
Oh, so,
So wait,
Far
was
too
there,
much
was there
to
anything else I was
recall
supposed
or
to do?
care
What else
about.
was I supposed to talk about? Is that good? That's a good introduction for season 8.
why not?
All right. So before we cut to break, we were talking about the hip hop artist who blew a bullet through his cheek and out the other side in order to promote his album.
Yeah, man. That
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I
stupid,
think
yes. But we all know his name, don't we?
I don't
don't.
remember what his fucking name is.
I don't know his name.
My
I know,
whole-
yeah.
The lesson I learned from that is there really is no gimmick. There's no short. People think there are shortcuts to achieving long-term goals and success. And you blew a hole in your cheek, and still nobody gives a fuck about your music.
Yeah.
The only thing people care about is that you shot a hole in your face.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Right. So
Agreed.
now he's
I
rapping
completely
with like
agree.
scars on the both
I think
sides.
that is the man. I'd like to
he
thank
should
him for
leave
that
the
because I think
holes
that's a good
open.
message to take away from that. You know?
Wait, what?
Maybe he should leave the holes open.
And like put kazoos out
Gauge
the
is what if
sides?
he gauged them and shit.
Yeah, gauge the holes.
Gauge
and then-
him with bullets.
Oh no! You know those little lip whistles that go.
His name is Casper Knight.
Oh,
Nobody would ever sound
See,
like
now
him.
I know his
Yo,
name.
he could start with gauge him with a 22 and go all the way up to buckshot.
Yeah, right. But he'd have to go slowly.
You get those audio horns that like roll out on each side of the chest. I would pay money to see that one.
And then if he did the gauge thing, it'd be like the first person where you got a panoramic of their gunshot wound. That's pretty badass, right? That's technology, you know? Like that's.
I want to see
sweet.
this guy pull off the same thing with an old school musket. That's what I want to see. Some Civil War style muscle, like a
You see,
mini-
that doesn't work at close.
Suicide reenactment.
That doesn't work at close range. That shit just blows up.
Yeah. Well, it's like a
That's
mini
a scatter
cannonball.
shot. Yeah, but there's
Really
a bunch
is.
of stuff coming behind it, though. You know what I mean?
There's a lot
Like-
of shrapnel.
Yeah.
The science of projectiles is like so interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
what
it
I
is.
took
No,
away from
they just made this like non-lethal ammo. Okay, you take like regular like a pistol ball ammunition. Okay, but you put this contraption on the front of it. It's like a like structure, and it's like a cage with like a ball.
Yeah, right.
And you fire a pistol by firing a bullet into the ball, and the ball will hit someone, and it won't.
Oh, that's crazy. The ball stops the projectile from continuing on its path, and the ball just hits them instead.
No. The bullet's in the ball,
Yeah.
pushing the ball and hitting you.
Well, okay.
So the point is that
But
the outer
it-
layer.
no.
So you basically hit
most of
with
the
a bullet
force.
cap. It's like I imagine
it's-
like a
but it's-
rubber Pac-Man on the end of the bullet.
Yeah, it is non-lethal weaponry that
It just
they're gonna
hurts
be
like shit.
dumped. Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
non-lethal weaponry.
It's
It's
It's all the
lethal.
pain of getting shot, but you're
No,
not
but like,
gonna
Yeah,
die.
like,
right.
exactly.
Probably
if
like
you
a
got shot
paintball
in the
times
head with that,
10.
you're dead.
Right.
That's like
the thrill of
the
getting
rubber
shot
bullet
without
for
the
gun
finger.
purists. Like I don't get it, you know, like
Dog, I still
just use
fired.
a ru-
I still fired. Let it
I'm
be
still
right.
shooting a bullet,
Yeah.
damn it! But you know.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Does anybody remember Jackass when Johnny Knoxville got shot with the...
Oh yeah, the riot,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
riot gear and the rubber
Oh my
bullets. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy, dude.
You're lucky that piece of rubber was in front of that bullet. You'd be dead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You were one tiny piece of rubber
So
away
what
from
is that?
death.
Is that like so you like?
It's like- sounds like-
that you see you should do like a flip up and down option.
It's like
so
a
you can
bullet
be.
with a child's safety on it.
Yeah, right.
It's just
The guy
like-
goes bam, and that's why we had plastic.
Yeah, right.
You can aim your gun at anybody as long as the thing is down. It's like, don't make me take the cap up, bitch. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll end
Don't
you
make
then.
me shoot this, take the cap off, reload it back
Don't make
in
me,
the gun,
don't make me flip
recock
the
it, and
rubber
shoot
end
it
up,
again.
man, because you'd be
Yeah.
dead then.
Yeah, right. Fucking aim.
I don't know. People are stupid. I don't.
What happened?
So,
I can
since,
hear people wonder why we haven't cured cancer.
so since we've been off the air, a lot of things have happened. We've been off since January 9th, I think. January 9th, something like that. And so a lot of fucked up shit has happened in the world since then.
I mean, but who's counting?
I got a couple.
Would you like to start, Jared?
All right.
You can go anywhere with this, even if you want to delve into movies and music. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. I really wanted the Falcons to win, but we all knew that the Patriots were going to win that game. We
Yeah.
all knew that they were going to do it. Okay.
I didn't know that in the first half. I'll tell you
No,
what.
I didn't. No, dude. I was this close to betting my beard on the game, and I was so fucking thankful. But then I would have won $200 at the end of the. Anyway.
Yep, yep.
But everybody hates him. But at the same time, you have to respect him.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't have to do anything.
Did you like Lady Gaga's performance
Yes,
at the halftime
yes.
show?
I thought she was very good. I thought she did a great job.
What kind of
Okay,
like
What's the matter with Lady Gaga, man? You know?
Lady Gaga
It's
and
not my preferred genre of music, but yo, man,
But
a
she's
bad bitch is a
pretty
bad
dope,
bitch. She
yeah.
fucking puts on a good show. You can't knock her.
Lady Gaga and Metallica, like the Grammys or like Emmys or something like that.
Yeah. That was
Lady
no.
Gaga and the Metallica
I
joined
don't know
forces at the
anything-
fucking
I don't know
Grammys?
anything about this.
Yeah.
I know, I don't pay
Okay,
attention
no,
to
they-
What the fuck is a Grammy?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had.
Is that
What's
like
that
is
for?
that someone's
They-
grandmother?
Yeah, why
That's
is
for,
Metallica-
it's for helping somebody sell advertising time.
That's
on
where
the
I go to
radio.
get the best
Another-
lasagna.
It
the
is.
Grammys.
when Megadeth won Best Metal Performance and
Oh,
Dave Mustaine was walking to the stage, the orchestra played Master of Puppets.
Oh.
Oh, that's a dick move.
That's a
Wow.
Grammy fail of
No,
biblical
it's not a
proportion.
fail. I mean, or somebody who puts together the Grammys just really wanted to rub it in his face. You know, he was the original guitar player
Yeah.
for Metallica, so.
Yeah, but also that is like a long time to spring your trap.
That is a long time.
Yeah, that's a long
Well,
time.
I mean, it's not their fault. It took Dave Mustaine that long to win a Grammy, you know?
Okay. So,
He guys probably had that planned in the 80s, but it just never
exactly.
happened.
Both are fucked
Hold
up.
on, I got
Both are
this
fucked
one on
up.
the
It
shelf.
just never happened.
Don't it
He
to
just
death?
goes around going, one day.
Yeah, one day
Yeah,
Mustaine will do something.
Yeah, the guy's like 4 years old and he's just like working my way up the ranks. I'm gonna be the guy who writes all the Grammy moves someday.
The
Yeah.
minute they announced Dave Mustaine's name, he was like, finally, master of puppets!
I can't believe I get to do
I
this.
get to do it!
Hi, Tony.
What's going on, brother?
How you doing,
Here's a
dude?
bottle opener for you, sir.
Need it.
Tony Tedesco's in the house.
That's
Tony,
right,
welcome to
hey.
the- welcome.
Welcome to that show.
Good to see you, sir.
Tony Tedesco, I'd like you to meet Ray Ray Beats.
It's nice to meet you, Tony.
Once again, nice to meet you for a second.
Click, clinky then. Let's have a big clink, everybody. All right.
Peace, hold the gods and nerves.
So before you walked in, we were talking about Lady Gaga's performance at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
We all agreed that it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's pretty good. Yeah.
But let me ask you guys something. Speaking of
She's no
Metallica.
Kanye West, but
I you know, who is? You know.
All right, we can all
Yeah,
be,
right,
we
he's
should
a
all be
special
so
guy.
lucky.
But
I think to be God's only son.
let me ask you this: Lady Gaga. First off, I thought it was a great performance. I don't have any problem with that. But don't you kind of feel like pop music is not the right choice for a football game?
I don't think any music's the right choice for a football game. Number
We
one.
had this discussion.
Marching band music is the right kind of music for a football game.
That makes sense.
But don't you think Metallica
Rage.
would be awesome at a football game?
Yeah, metal. Just,
You know, just
Wow,
like
wait, isn't
metal,
Metallica
like,
pop
angry.
these days?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Old Metallica, old like Master. of
Yeah, if we
Puppets
could all
shit.
only go back in time.
Yeah, if we all could. But
The Super Bowl's looking for family-friendly music.
Yeah,
The
they're
Super
not.
Bowl is a pop event. The
So
biggest.
they get, like, barely dressed.
Yeah, Lady
And
Gaga's
like
family
that.
friendly.
right, that's what
But
exactly.
like, no, but pretend. You
Oh,
know,
nobody
it's
crossed-
fake wannabe.
Yeah.
Hey man,
And a lot
nobody
of it
crossed
is
the line
percent.
until a titty came out. You know, I mean, they didn't have any complaints about anything until that titty came out. An ill-fated titty,
blame it on the white guy.
and then all of a
First
sudden it was
reason
a
it's the
problem.
white guys.
You know what's funny is
What have you done to us, Justin Timberlake? My God!
they made such
How
a big
dare
deal.
you? What every one of us in that position would have done.
I would have covered it up by grabbing it.
Let's
that
see
shit
if
was
this
insane when
works.
that
And
happened.
you
How
saw
many
look on
years
your face
ago?
like,
I'd
oh
covered
shit.
Well,
it
that's
up
my
with
point.
my
How many
mouth.
years
That's
ago
my
was that?
point. Think about how long ago this was, and all you have to do is say titty at the Super Bowl. We all just like remember
knows?
this. Like
don't know.
they like time-stamped this completely benign, ridiculous
Right,
event
Kennedy,
in our lives.
Kennedy getting shot, 9/11 to the Super Bowl.
It's in the
There you
Super
go,
Bowl.
there you go.
Yeah, it's like, oh man.
Oh,
Yo, 9/11's my birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'll show
You
you my
share
ID.
birthday with Butters?
That's Butter's birthday?
Yes.
That's Hans's
Wow.
birthday too.
I was born
Wow.
9/11/89. Yeah.
Well, now we know who to blame.
so
Yo,
you're the
honestly,
guy?
I was.
How dare
I
you?
think I was turning
We
like.
finally found the
So did it ruin your birthday party?
Yeah, I think I was turning like 12, and it's regrettable to go back and remember this, but I felt a feeling of like, I was really upset. I was like, this is supposed to be my fucking day. Nobody gives a shit.
No, you
Fuck
should
that
feel
Osama
that
bin
way.
Laden.
You should feel that
I was
way.
so fucking mad, you know, but then I got older and I was like, holy shit, that's something terrible. That should have never happened, but it did.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons.
Fucking
It's crazy.
Legos. you
Terrible
upset.
shit happens.
Yeah.
all the
And that's
time.
what I'm accepting
And
about life.
just chosen the next day.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sometimes jet fuel burns at impossibly high levels. I mean, you gotta accept
No,
certain
yeah.
things about
Yeah.
life.
Don't feel bad.
Possibly
That's-
high levels.
that's
Sometimes
just the-
improbable, impossible
Right.
things
Don't
happen.
feel bad. That's just the unspoken tragedy of 9/11 that it ruined
It's
your
the untold
birthday.
story. It's gonna be an HBO special next year.
The unspoken
It wrecked
tragedy.
it.
Ray
Oh
was
my
getting
God.
ready to bust that pinata,
We
and then the
should
towers
produce-
fell.
We should produce. I'm gonna produce a
9:15
documentary.
and 9:38.
On the untold
He went,
stories of 9/11.
Can I narrate it?
And it's just gonna be a bunch of people who's like went like something really shitty that like didn't like they had to go to a dinner party.
I was on my way to Acme. This
But then-
dude cut me off. I gave him the
Let me tell you
finger.
something. Let me tell you something. There could be some meat on this documentary. Okay? I want
Oh,
to tell a story.
yeah. I
wanna
get
tell
to
a story.
narrate it. I get
Hold
to
on.
narrate
Please
it.
let it be your
Okay.
family story.
Oh, I don't want to say who.
Oh,
I don't want to say who,
God.
but I know somebody who tried to get married on
The
9/11.
worst thing ever.
Okay, so that now of course it was
That's worse than
planned-
rain or a bird shitting on
Dude,
you.
Of
it gets
course,
so much worse.
It gets so much worse. So of course, you know, this was planned.
But it was planned to do it
yeah,
on that day.
Tell me the bride decided to take a half day at her job up at fucking.
It was the wedding took place in like
That is so morbid.
what is it? The Highlands that's right across
You know
from
where
New
I
York
want
City?
to get married?
That's a backdrop.
Friday the 13th.
Hold on.
Yeah,
So
Jones,
yeah,
the
you know what I'm talking about, right?
After that, that's going to
So
be a
like,
honeymoon.
there's an area of the Highlands where like New York City's
Oh
right
yeah,
across the
perfect
water, right?
view. Yeah.
So
Well, it's pretty much all the Highlands you can see.
So
it,
this
yeah.
guy refused to change the day of the wedding, and he just said fuck it, and he was all pissed off because people weren't going and shit like that. And when you see the wedding pictures, dude, I shit you not, it's like him and the happy bride like this, and they're like just trying to enjoy their wedding, and in the background,
There's a
all
plume
in the
of
sky
smoke.
is like the fucking
world is
apocalypse.
ending, yeah.
It's like. It's just like death and destruction and explosions like across the water, and he's just in there like trying to take wedding photos with like people who
He's
showed
just
up.
like,
Of course nobody showed up to his wedding. It's my fucking birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
that was good. I want to click on that one.
oh yeah.
Sorry, but
Sorry, delayed.
when is the next time that I'm going to be able to get to do this on my birthday?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well,
Which is very
I'm going
fucking
for the
morbid,
side.
I'm sorry.
it's all right.
But-
it's all
but
right.
yeah.
We're going 80s style on this bitch.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're getting like a dead.
Let's
Ew,
go
no.
to the mall.
Oh, dude, you're so fucking...
All right, so
I'm actually angry I got that reference.
You know it.
I got the reference,
everybody
too.
knows it. Hell yeah.
I don't know.
Robin Sparkles, baby.
Yep. How I Met Your Mother. Yep. I got it immediately. Damn it, and I still haven't finished it.
You have it?
I haven't
Don't.
watched the
It's
last
good.
season. Yeah, I know it's good. It's all
No,
right.
no.
The end of everything
I mean,
sucks
look,
now,
that
dude.
show is no Golden Girls, but
Have you ever seen... read the Dark Tower series?
of course, yes, love. Dark
That's
Tower
how I got married. It ends the way it starts. It's just like a monumental waste of time.
That was
It really
that
is.
was a long silence there.
Everybody
I'm
else
not
took a drink.
contemplating.
Everybody else took a drink.
It's just a waste of time.
Yeah. Can we go back to my original question about who should play the Super Bowl?
Fuck the Super Bowl.
Crimson Tide marching band, if you ask me.
Right,
You know.
Beats, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
But do I make a point about the heavy metal music? Look, man, if you listen to George Carlin talk about football, he talks about football like it's fucking all-out war.
No,
and I
but
think the way he
that's
describes
on
it is
purpose,
perfect.
though. You think that's
Yeah, but
on-
how many
that's
people?
on
How many people that
purpose?
are paying $5,000 for a seat are going to be into heavy
Dude,
metal?
you gotta think about
I
it.
don't
And
know.
not for nothing. Yeah, and that's
That's a good question.
that's a very good point.
Yeah.
too.
That's what it comes
But
down
not
to,
for
dude.
nothing. Like, think about it. Like, look at like football is violent, and like all the players that get involved in violence outside of the sport and everything. They don't want that.
And, like,
they don't
Rockets-
want that by any stretch of the imagination.
So
they
softening
want it
it.
to look like soft and
Yeah.
like, hey,
Dude, it's
everybody
become a
likes
family
it.
show.
Yeah, it's a
all right?
fucking
Listen
thing
to
we
that,
do
yeah.
every year.
Oh, no.
The Super Bowl is not. The Super Bowl has nothing to do with football.
It's the
a
post-Christmas
football
Christmas.
game. It's a
about
football
selling
game
Bud Lights.
surrounded by advertising.
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
And that's
Yeah, of course,
it.
yeah.
And that's it. The Super Bowl could have less to do with football. You know what? The championship games, the AFC and NFC championship
Yeah,
games
that's
best
are
games
the
of the
high
season.
point
Yeah.
of the
Best
of
games
the
of the
season.
Right, because
That is the high point of the season. Super Bowl.
As far as
is
I'm
all
concerned,
fluff.
the Super Bowl should be played in snow every year, and then you
Yeah.
find out who the fucking best is.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. You want the fucking hard shit, like you know, like if that's the greatest game ever, then how come they move you down to the warmest possible location?
Because that's about getting people in.
Yeah, it's about ratings and it's about advertising. That's the
no,
game,
like,
you know.
Also, dude, I hate being that fucking guy. But okay, you used to have the dome, so whatever the weather, because it was like
Yeah,
the hurricane season.
yeah.
But so like they just had that place. I fucking hate that. I know that. I just thank you for doing that. I need to just wallow in my shame for a minute.
It's no problem. It's no problem. Look, are we going to talk about
I
the
have a
obvious-
shame cleanup towel in the other room.
Are we going to talk about the obvious thing?
Shame towel.
The obvious thing that's happened since the last time we did a show?
What?
Oh, Trump.
That Trump's president now? We're going to talk about that? Or no?
Well,
Why
that
not?
happened since, like, you know,
Plenty
that
to talk
happened.
about.
Well
We did-
before
it did
Iraq.
take us 8
We
months
just
to talk
kind-
about the 3
we
months to
just
talk about the
kind of
election, though.
avoided it
So-
for a while there.
Yeah. But,
And where do you start?
And I mean, what
I
do
don't
you
know.
really
Where do you
say? I
start?
mean, what everybody, you know, I mean, like, It's all
At this point, you know, for a long time it was like, okay, people voted, and it's, you know, you can still get along with people and respect their opinions. But now he's selling people on this, and people are buying into the whole.
Almost to the point where I don't even want to give it any attention anymore.
No, yeah, well, yeah.
You know, I don't want to fucking talk about it. You know what I mean? It's just like
it's gotta be. I'm talking about politics,
but
though.
At what point?
Yeah, exactly.
Because now it's talking about you like now
It's
really
not
is
an
some real shit happening.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
anymore.
At what point have we crossed out of politics and into something else?
No, it's TMZ.
This isn't about
it's full on TMZ.
Yeah, this isn't about politics anymore. This is about our real lives being actually affected now. It's like, all right, you guys aren't just fighting for power like some of us are fucked. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Have you guys, have any of you guys read his tax plan? He has like a 2-page PDF on his website of what his goal is to do with taxation. Yo, all right, I read it. And I think it's extremely impressive.
I read his platform after he got elected, though, and I thought that was impressive too. And I said, okay, these points he's making are good, but he's failed on all of them.
I think it's our responsibility now. He's our president, and we should hold him accountable to a lot of the things he promised.
He just fires people that do that.
But if they work for you, I just I'll finish.
His tax plan is fucking G. He wants to in his plan, we have no way of knowing if he's going to do this, but he states that he wants to eliminate the death tax, so no family should ever have to pay a tax on a dead relative. Like, that's G shit. If he would actually do that for us, I don't know.
Highly doubt it.
Yeah, he also wants to make it so that if you make less than $20,000 a year, he wants to simplify the tax code, so you have to fill out a 1-page form that says how much money you make, and you'll never. Anybody in the lowest tax bracket wouldn't have to pay any taxes at all. I believe it said that. I might be wrong though. Somebody's gonna call me on it. I might be wrong. Read the PDF. The PDF is pretty interesting.
The current cutoff is $10,000. If you make $10,000 now, you don't pay taxes. So that's completely doable. And a lot of his platform was really good, but he fails to implement anything. That's really tough. Look, there's still scaffolding out there from the fucking inauguration. Okay, it's fucking ridiculous, and that's really is there. Yeah, there is. Yeah. So and again, I was with you for a long time. Like I read this stuff. I said, okay, let's give the guy a chance. And if he could do this, it's good. But he hasn't done anything. He's even mentioned it.
Fix the world. This motherfucker can't even clean up his Legos.
One thing that I think is positive is the fact that he's bucked against mainstream media. I think mainstream media is part of the construct that really
He's only bumped against the mainstream media that goes against.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He hasn't bumped against.
He's actually building up fake news. Because I agree with in the abstract of what you're saying, the concept of what you're saying is good. But the problem is that he's now vilifying. If he did it to all media, fine, and I'm accountable. But he holds Fox News to the fucking in the light because they're with him.
And they're the worst offenders.
I think the best thing that's come out of this is that people will now take their privilege to vote, the right to vote, much more seriously next time.
I
think it's going to cause a grassroots movement on both sides of the aisle. Okay, for people to take personal responsibility, because that's what we need these days. Frankly. If you look at social media, there's too many pulpits and not enough pews, and that's part of the problem. Is nobody's listening to each other.
Well, we were talking about the whole way through this shit too. Is the only really hopeful thing that I have about this is after the shit show that was this election. Hopefully, the second and third and fourth parties start getting.
Here's where I think it's going. Now with this thing with Russia and Mike Flynn. I went because they're denying it so vehemently, and it's weird because this is just a matter of course for you to talk to the other countries. I wouldn't be surprised if the hacking was involved, and that's why he's saying I know nothing. Okay, because up to this point, I was saying I doubt it had anything to do with it, but at this point, it's starting to look like there's some shit going on. I don't think he's going to last more than 100 days, man.
I mean, shit.
He's already his vacations have already cost us more money than Obama did his first year.
Can I just say something?
Or almost as much.
He said it himself. We'd never get 270 delegates. We'd never get 300 delegates. He's never going to make it to the White House. He's never going to make it through the inauguration.
I never said that. I never said.
I said I wouldn't be shocked.
I said if a third-party candidate gets more than 3% of the vote, Trump's winning. I said that for the fucking 2 shows before the election.
I went
to
the
the tape.
Stein rally during the election.
How was the Jill Stein rally?
It was really good.
So he's only going to last 100 days.
100 days. I'm saying not more than 100 days.
Oh, hold on. Go ahead. Wait, let me finish. Go ahead.
Eric Garner's daughter was one of the key speakers at it.
Yeah.
That was some really heavy shit. It was small, actually. It was in a community college. It was at a community college amphitheater.
Right.
In the Bronx. But there were people out there. Mortal Technique was the musical guest.
That's
I thought
awesome.
Was,
I think I saw a video
really
from
interesting
that.
because it was like it's like another thing now that like Mortal Technique.
Yeah, that's
backing
crazy.
up
Him
his
endorsing.
rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
Political
crazy, right?
candidate
Yeah,
is
right.
goofy. Yeah.
Like that's him backing up his rhymes, everything he says.
Hey, yeah, man, good for him. More power to him,
Well,
too,
he
man.
went to Dakota.
Put
too.
yourself
Like,
out
when-
there,
when-
you know?
when-
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
the
you-
Dakota
yeah.
pipelines, and that was like a thing where like I saw him there and like everything that they were going on and like talking. Like it was like Mortal Technique went on, and then Eric Garner's daughter was a keynote speaker speaking on like social injustice and I don't know, just like he's really in it.
Yeah, right.
But it was interesting to see though because she had a decent amount of support.
And that's why I respect him, and that's why I respect her too, man, because she sort of helps give a voice to people whose voice gets buried under a lot of media shit. When we take the case of Eric Garner, it's like, you know, his name was all over the place. Who he was getting spread all over. Depending on what point in his life you looked at and shit like that. But the idea that she would bring somebody out actually from his family to fucking say something and something like that, I think is what's most important. To actually hear from people who are, you know, close to the situation. You know what I mean? But you know, I voted for Jill Stein. I mean, the whole thing about the election that bothered me was that, you know, the second anybody thought that the election was tampered with, everybody on all sides should have been pissed off immediately. Even non-voters.
But see the thing, we've gone through other elections like that.
In the fucking primaries.
It was tampered with in
Okay,
2000,
that's what I'm
dude. And
talking
here's the problem.
It's been
talking
every
about that
election
now.
we've had, yeah.
Yeah, so at this point it's a matter of
So
course.
You can't just say it wasn't fucking tampered. Like,
But can I just say something?
Hillary can't turn around and say, "Oh, it was tampered with."
Let me say something though.
It might have been. Yeah, it probably was. But
You're absolutely all correct, right?
what the fuck do you
But
do?
this election, what was different is that in this election, not just social media, but the tech to reach social media is far more intense than it's ever been before. So when Bernie was being fucked with in the primaries, that was something that a lot of us saw actually happening at these fucking at all these things, right? So like that's what differed between this election and elections of the past is that this was like verification.
Now here's the difference, dude. That is the Democrats doing it this time, and liberal outrage doesn't happen against the Democrats. Liberal outrage happens against the fucking Republicans, and Republicans don't. What's that? So there was no outrage from within the party because, and that's really
It's
what
more
it comes down to.
It's once again comes down to it's more about the club you belong
Exactly,
to than your own.
and that's why I think out of this,
In your own fucking opinions.
That's what
for
makes
what
it so
you
fucked.
believe in.
The club or the
Yeah.
team mentality.
Yeah.
I'm on this team.
No.
both parties have been decimated at this point, though.
That's what this country is. It's gangs in New York, dude.
Both parties-
I'm a rabbit. I'm a this. I'm a that.
And we have to
heaven
accept it.
forbid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, right.
you just accept it. It's like, oh yeah, but I can't.
Both
tell
parties
the kids
are
my
have
people.
been fucking demolished at this point. So
Yeah,
this is the time. Again, this is what's going to. And here's what I said. We had this discussion last time. Is what do we do? What do we do? Well, at this point, we're already into the skid. We're well into the skid. We're fucking 40 years past Reagan. That's what it's the repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act is when this all started. But I'm not going to get into that. But the point is that this was the test of our system. And what are the three branches? The only branch that I've believed in has been saving us. And I've said this much time on the show. And I've been saying for years is the judiciary fucking wing. And once again, they're the last vestige. And if that was gone, then we're fucked. So it doesn't matter. Just kiss your ass goodbye. Go out, fucking pillage and burn. And because we're done. But the judiciary is fucking holding up, and that's what's holding. And that's enough. That's a seed of enough faith for people to realize, hey, our system does work, but the responsibility lies here with me. And with the guy next to me, and me listening to him and not judging him by what he's saying and respecting what he has to say, but coming to find the middle ground. We are all it's not our leaders' fault because leaders lead the way the people set the tone, and they divide us, and it's a vicious circle with the media. Because after the Glass-Steagall Act, I'm sorry, Glass-Steagall, I forget. But basically, one of the things that allowed that to do was media outlets to own more than one fucking outlet in an area. So now the media is put us left and right, and that's how we're fucking governed, and that's how we're people campaign
media
us.
being allowed to invest back into the politicians and the political world is a complete
Yeah.
tragedy.
do it all
It's a big
the
circle
time.
jerk.
Wild. It's
Big
so
circle jerk.
wild.
TNT, look,
That
Dog,
should
money
not
is
ever be
everything.
allowed.
Yeah, well,
ever.
That's what I say about every politician. You want to know whether or not to vote for the person? Where's their money fucking coming from?
Dude,
Well, that's why people thought Trump was going to be
Works
because
in
his money
Trump's
wasn't
favor
coming.
this time, man.
Yeah.
But
You
maybe
believe
now,
that? No, I don't
maybe
believe
now.
that.
No, I don't either.
I don't
I'm just
believe
saying.
that.
No, I don't believe it either.
I'm saying, but
But let's say for argument's sake,
on
it was
paper.
true.
Yeah, like,
maybe
Because
it's
dollars
not
more on
enough.
paper now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not enough to just look at where the money comes from. Maybe you have to look at where the money comes from and who the fucking closest inner circle really is. Because he's pulling people out of Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, no. But those aren't his inner
So-
circle. Trump's inner circle is he's an inner circle of one, dude. He's such a fucking megalomaniac. Exactly. So what he's doing
Yeah, that's
is
true.
now he made all these promises and he's broken them. And he's got people from fucking the oil companies on the EPA, then the bankers on the fucking financial fucking.
So many things
Yo,
that
dude.
he does, man. Like, I don't know if it...
Donald Trump is a James
like
Bond.
the first thing, like David Letterman
Yeah.
called him out
Basically.
on it. David Letterman was one of the first people
That'd be
to
great
hit him
fucking
at the Jump Street.
Yeah.
I had him live on the show, and he said, and he questioned because Trump was bitching about outsourcing jobs.
Right.
Yes.
And he's like, well, your shit's made in China.
Yeah,
You know,
he says I'm just using the loophole zone. I know how to close loopholes. That's how our banking system happened. After the Wall Street crash in '29, they put Joe Kennedy, who caused the crash, on the fucking
Let me tell you
SEC.
something, man, that's some crazy hacker.
That's wild.
That's true, though. You can look it up.
Is that the Great Depression?
Yeah, that's what caused it. You know, because
cats were fucking killing themselves over that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And he ended up on, where did he end up
on the SEC because he said, "Look, I broke all the rules, so I know how to tighten them up."
Dude, that's a hacker.
That's some
mentality
that's some
right
serious
there,
G stuff right there. That's some gangster fucking shit right there, man.
That's like that dude that Leonardo DiCaprio movie was based off of, the
Wolf
Catch
of
Me
Wall
If You
Street?
Can.
No,
Catch Me If You Can, right.
Like they allowed him, my father, for the beginning portion of my life, till I was 12 years old. My father was an investment executive who worked for big companies like ING, and he made a lot of money doing that shit. That guy who the movie's based off of, he became like a leader in security for investments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And when
you're
I was
talking about
on
Wolf of Wall Street,
conferences-
right? Jordan, what's his name?
No,
no,
I'm
it's
talking about Catch Me If You Can. The dude was
Yeah.
forging checks.
Okay, I got you. I forget why he was in the. I forgot why he was on
He
the
was brought
right.
on by like a financial
I was
firm
confusing him with Tom
as a
Hanks movie where the guy
security
lived in the
person
airport.
to do conferences about how to do more secure financial transactions and stuff. So my dad got to meet him in that regard. But yeah, he was brought over from the dark side basically onto
Right.
the light side because he
Become a
was
Jedi.
he
Well,
understood the system
listen,
so well.
If you ever want to get taken care of, just go into the
He
Christian
brought the
circuit.
book with him.
If you get older, you ever want to get taken care of, you just go to the Christian circuit and just talk about your bad days and how Jesus saved you. People take you in,
But-
feed you, they'll
yeah.
offer their daughters up in the barn for you.
But let me tell
I
you
just
something.
hear that. I don't know.
But
for
just
sure.
to be clear, none of us here believes that Donald Trump, who's like a Sith Lord, is going to cross over to the Jedi at any point, right? Like we don't. Put your fucking hand down. You don't even. You didn't vote. You don't have a say.
I believe
As
one of his
George-
motivations is money.
As
and
George
success.
Carlin always said, of course I could say something. I didn't have anything to fucking do with it. Not my fault.
Continue, my friend.
Sorry, sir.
No. I was saying I see how some of his personality traits could benefit us, and I just hope he does use them to benefit us.
Yeah, he only benefits himself though, dude.
His drive for
he won't.
success, his drive for...
I was with you on a lot of this, dude. And I got a lot of fights with my friends because I wasn't saying I was pro-Trump. I was saying, look, give the guy a chance.
Yeah.
And people, as soon as you don't agree, and this is what they've managed to do to us. As soon as you don't agree with somebody these days on something, you're labeled as a racist, a homophobe, a fucking this and that, down the fucking line,
And an idiot.
just because you can't.
Oh, yeah, I get
and
full-
I'm with you 100%. But I think at this point, I've started watching this stuff on a guy from the past, and he's built his reputation on lies. And anytime he says something gets caught, he says, "Oh, that's what I heard," and just moves on. But we're talking about Sweden instead of cleaning up the fucking scaffolding off the fucking inaugural plaza. This is what this guy specializes in.
The only successful business he ever had was his reality show, and it didn't belong to him. Somebody else did that.
Right.
All of his businesses have failed. All his casinos are going under.
And the way he got those casinos was
Do you buy
on the very edge of the wall.
steaks?
Yeah.
Do you buy Trump water? Do you buy
Yeah, right,
Trump
right.
ties?
But hold on, but
I mean,
Trump
he's.
steaks and
But
Trump
no,
water.
he's right though. He's right. That's what he said. He admitted it. He admitted it. He just didn't admit that his businesses were a failure. He just says, "I just put my name. Anything I put my name on, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Dude,
big.
he's not only-
As long as he says that, there's a small market of people who will just go,
By the way-
"Oh, it's good. It's great. It's gotta be perfect."
She
you know?
always says that with Trump in office now, America has corporate sponsorship for the first, like full on.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
he's
what
not
it
a
is.
president,
Yes.
he's a-
It's a brand.
Yeah, right.
America,
That's
the
right.
lunchbox.
That's exactly what it is.
America, the
He's
flamethrower.
running the company. I'm
There
the
was
country like a
corporate coup
fucking
of our
company.
government and
I would like to reply
ahead.
to something Tony said. He was talking
Go
about how now to even have an open-minded conversation about it, you could easily get labeled as a fascist or a racist or a homophobe or whatever. And bro, I experienced that to the fullest, to the degree that in my local music scene, I really don't talk about my views openly because I hang around
You
cats.
can't.
I hang around
Right.
cats who wear like vests with fuck Nazi pins on them and all that shit. And like, if I were to try and have an open-minded conversation, like, all right, let's try and be positive and have a positive viewpoint and just see that maybe there is a chance he could do something positive. People be like, fuck you. You like him grabbing pussies? You like that shit?
Yeah.
You
See,
know?
this is what I was getting. Is we're all so far apart, and we all need to find a way to take a step closer. Because when we're divided, people divided is governed like a people divided. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we're divided on. We're ruled by hating on each other, and that's how this happened. That's how this happened.
We've had that conversation on this show since day fucking one. I fucking spearheaded that one for a long fucking time. The problem is not the problem is not the people who run our
set the
country.
tone.
The problem is that we expect other people to tell us how to live our lives.
Well, and this is look. This
That's
is
the
again.
problem.
This is
Live
where the
your own
media
fucking
comes into
life
it.
and make
This is
your
where the
own
media has
decisions,
come
and
into
you
it.
don't have to worry about this shit.
This is where the media's come into
People
it.
like this won't have power. You know?
This is where the media's come into it, and political agendas. NBC is so left, and Fox is so right. All right, and that's what we're getting. And it's just
It's like the Super Bowl.
It's
like watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Except for the.
I tied it all in.
Yeah, it's a divider. It's a divider.
I just,
That's why they
What-
do
what do
that.
you need?
You know, like
I just, a game changer for me.
He's leaving because we're talking about
He's like, I'm out.
Trump. You fucking racist. I'm getting out of here.
I fucking quit.
Did somebody say something?
You guys are all
about-
racist,
I tried,
man.
Go ahead.
I tried at first. I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And then the campaign trail hit, and I just, it kind of, in my mind, he provoked violence.
Well, yeah, that's because that's what his people. That's how his people responded
That's
though.
my big thing too. You know,
The thing about him is whether the individual chooses to act out that way is one thing.
Right.
But when the person that they're backing is like, man,
It
remember the
provokes
good
them
old
to
days
do
when
it,
you
yeah.
used to just be able to do that?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you...
Well,
now
you could
you're
just throw
saying
a rope
that-
up in a tree and fix all your
hey,
problems.
What you're talking about the type of environment a leader can create.
Yes.
And that
No,
bothers
exactly.
me because Americans are really gullible and easily influenced by
Yeah.
shit.
Really? No.
generally
Hold
speaking.
on.
They watch too
I
much
gotta
TV.
argue that one.
And not every
American people are very smart people that know
They eat
exactly
healthy.
what's going on.
They eat healthy. They take care of the environment. What are you talking about? Where do you live, dude? Go back to fucking Sweden.
Every
all,
one of
they
them
all
knows how
spend
old
a
they
half
are and
hour
how
on
to
the
spell their
treadmill
name.
every day.
You see?
We expect our president to lead for all of us, and that's not what's just happening anymore because it's politics. Look, we're talking about all this terrorist stuff. And you mentioned Sweden. 86 people were killed in a mosque bombing the night before in fucking. I forget which Muslim country it was, and that wasn't mentioned at all. You know, terrorism knows no skin color, knows no fucking boundaries. The IRA, you know, no matter what it's been a matter of people going the extra mile for their cause, psychotic or not.
They just didn't used to call it terrorism. They just call it, it's murder. It's just fucking murder. It's mass fucking murder.
Well, again, though, it's
You
about
know?
selling it to the people. It's about politicizing
Exactly.
things. It's about,
if you
it's
put the
about-
right name
it's-
on it, if you put
it's
the
about
right name
polarizing.
on it at the right time, you can blame it on one person.
Well, of course, it's,
Yeah.
look, you know what a polarization filter is on a camera? It fucking blocks the sunlight out or puts the light which one. That's what we
Two
are. We're people
colors.
polarized.
Left, right,
Right, exactly.
black, white.
Right, exactly.
Up, down.
Jim
That's it.
Norton has a joke in one of his stand-up specials where he says he's like
Okay,
I've gotten profiled at the airport before. He's like, they don't look at me like ISIS. They say Oklahoma '94.
Yes.
You know, like so, like what Tony's saying that it doesn't see any boundaries. And
And Jim Norton didn't go to jail for it.
We have some comments in the chat room. It's
Team,
one
he's
thing to
going
say that media has liberal bias, which motes do. It's another to call such media fake. Fake means false, not
Media
biased.
is fucking fake
Yeah.
unless you look for the right sources. Every fucking news channel has its own fucking. I'm sorry to
Slang.
be yelling.
No, it's okay. Yell,
This
dude.
really pisses me
Not
off.
too loud. I can hear you all the way down the hallway.
Because
Us,
okay, well,
not
good.
just you.
You can get down there and sound.
You gotta do it from the rooftops. That's all. You know?
No, but it fucking pisses me off. Every fucking news channel has their own agenda.
Yeah.
Don't think they fucking don't. They are politically biased one way. Fox is Trump. Others, CNBC,
MSNBC.
MSNBC.
okay,
Yeah.
and
CNN.
CNN,
Yeah.
anti like
Yeah, right.
the Spicer wasn't even fucking answer him in like the State of the Union shit.
Boy, that guy's a character.
Yeah,
Dude, that guy is.
That guy's
that guy hates his job, dude.
From either
he went out. He
or
went out
quit.
after Trump was president. He did like some press, like speech or whatever. And I got a text on my phone, and it just says, "What's Sean Spicer? It's his name, right?"
Sean Spicer.
Yeah, right. And it just said, Sean Spicer's on national TV right now, telling people to stop picking on Donald Trump. I'm dead fucking serious. You need to turn this on and watch right now. There's actually a guy speaking for the president on national TV right now saying to stop making fun of the president.
And that's what kills me. The tell it like it is president can't take.
He tells it like he sees it. It's not tell like it is.
No, but that's what they all. No,
but
but that's my point. That's what every supporter, every outlet, everybody. Well, he tells it like it is.
Yeah, the thing is, he
tells it like it is. But when somebody tells it back to him, he goes, "You're fake or you're mean."
Well, look, he can't even answer.
Nobody likes that.
Did you see his out of control press conference the other day, where the guy from the Jewish press got up and said, "Look," and the guy prefaced it as well as he could. I'm not saying you're anti-Semitical. You're not saying this is, but are you going to offer any response to the to the action that's been going against temples and stuff? And all of a sudden he turned it into it was about him and about the others acting out against him. You can't even answer in a responsible manner. He's not listening to anything. He's got such a filter in his mind. It's kind of strange, man.
It's he doesn't acknowledge what has not been put. Like it's like the teleprompter mentality. You know what I mean? It's like I have not been clear to answer these questions or address these or even acknowledge that they exist. I believe this. I believe this.
That's what he's been doing all his life.
No, they're not real. He doesn't dodge them. He just doesn't acknowledge them. They don't even exist. It's like what? No,
that's real.
What I was talking about it.
That's some ninja shit.
I agree. I agree with.
I know how to win this game. I'm gonna play it.
It's like, motherfucker, you cheating on me, girl. You burnt the meatloaf.
Did you see how he dominated that? I don't know. I think it was like the Prime Minister of Japan. He like dominated him with a handshake. You see how 15-second handshake.
You see how Trudeau handled him. Trudeau was just like fuck up.
I like that guy.
You gotta see that Trudeau handled him like a fucking
Trudeau. I've never seen a man
for a handshake. He just kept.
Trudeau did that? Like get the fuck away from me.
Later on, Trudeau goes to say, "I'm gonna go take that." Trudeau didn't respond. Meanwhile, his daughter's making fucking dissolving panty eyes at fucking him. The whole fucking.
Dude, I was gonna say, Trudeau. I don't think I've ever seen a man in my entire life that women clearly want to fuck more than that guy.
Oh, Ben Clapp.
And he's got a nose on him too. He's got a nose on him, and everybody
seems to be working.
Tony was like, "No contest." Fuck you and your Trudeau.
But they have pictures of like different women looking up at him, like gazing up at him, and I'm like, I think there's something to this. I don't think it's just.
He probably has cologne that smells like cookies. That's all.
Hitler.
There were lots of bitches staring at that motherfucker.
Yeah. But, you don't have to see that. See it.
No. Okay, dude. Very few national leaders are good looking. That's like a draw hop in the pan.
They admire him for his freedom.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
They do admire him. They admire him for his freedom. Yeah.
Well, that's just a fucking stupid thing to say.
What I'm worried about is Trump is going to do something to it because he's a bull in a china shop, and we all have our ideas about 9/11 and the Project for New American Century, and where they said, hey, in order to save the defense system, we need a new Pearl Harbor, and fucking 9 months later we got 9/11. Okay, and even that, most Americans think, how did Building 7 fall down, blah blah blah. Okay, but I wouldn't be surprised for Trump and fucking Bannon, just get something done, and something ugly and clumsy. You know what I'm saying? Ugly and clumsy. And
that's the most thing that worries me about it. Honestly, it's not. I know.
Like a guy wants to drop a nuke like nobody's business.
I know my country is fucked. I know we got problems. But you know what? But though I'm out there a lot. I travel
he goes to Hightstown every day.
Travel. But I go to a lot of neighborhoods and a lot of different places. I'll be in a poor place one day, putting shit on, working on somebody's house. I'll be in a rich place one day. I hear a lot of fucking opinions, and you know what? For the most part, I get along with a lot of fucking people. My my problem is when I hear about the UK holding a fucking house meeting to decide whether or not they want to allow our president in their fucking country. Like, it's not just us that's at stake.
Oh, no,
here.
no,
It's everybody else too.
Sweden,
the rest of the
Sweden,
world.
The only country that
Sweden's
I
kind of pissed off
But
right
the
now.
rest of the world has an opinion about this too, and we're all sitting here
Right.
going, well, fucking America, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Nobody's paying attention to how much damage we're doing everywhere else.
But that's
with
not a
this
new
shit.
thing.
You
That's
know?
not a new thing,
I
man.
know, and that's what bothers me the most.
Most of the public
you know?
has stood back
Ukraine,
and watched
China,
the United States
North
destroy
Korea.
half the fucking
Yeah.
planet.
I would like to say,
Go ahead.
our
Yeah.
country was basically founded on that I don't give a fuck attitude. We
Yeah.
came over here
Yeah,
and we
it
fucked up a
was.
bunch of dudes who are already
I
living
agree.
here.
We've all
Why
been
would we
saying
be
it
any
for a
different?
long fucking
That's
time.
the future.
Yeah, but here's the deal, though.
Oh, okay. The reason why we shouldn't be different is because over 200 years have passed and we need to get
I
with
agree.
the fucking times.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
stop
Fucking
having that
catch up.
same fucking mentality
Well, no,
of being fucking dicks.
because we had the small dick fucking fucking
Complex.
thing complex going on. Like, oh, well, we're youngest. Everybody else has all this history and all. No, we gotta be Billy fucking badass. We gotta run the fucking schoolyard. We're gonna show these old cats that we're gonna hold it down. You know what I mean? Like, we have to go big and bad all fucking time and show everybody up.
Stop
Like,
screaming.
Jesus
Stop screaming.
Christ.
I look
Listen,
at what we
capable of
did in
screaming.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah,
I
right.
envision it like image-wise as a child. We were a child as a country, and we were the first country to have a gun. So we're a child in a room full of adults with a gun, and just to be like, yo, don't fuck with us. We were a kid, and we pulled the trigger on a gun
You
for
gotta
the first
shoot,
time.
yeah.
Ever. Nobody
Yeah.
ever pulled
Well,
the trigger.
Like you were saying,
Mhm.
that's G.
Nah,
You know what I mean? Like, yo, if you want to run the
Hitler-
block,
Hitler was
if
taking
you
over
want to
3/4
run
of
the block,
Europe. I don't know
you gotta
about
shoot
that.
a couple
Oh, what
people
do you
to
mean?
make
What do you
people
mean? Go ahead.
scared. You know?
Hold on. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Hitler was taking over 3/4 of Europe at the time. So when we dropped that bomb, that was kind of just send a message. Look, this shit's got to stop. I'm not for dropping the bomb, but I don't. It's more like we got. I'm agreeing with the idea what you're
found-
saying, but that was in response.
We
to something.
found the
just
perfect
like
window.
just like the reason why you have Donald Trump in office is because most of this country's pissed off. We're privileged. Okay, the house you go to. Have you ever been to the Rust Belt? You ever been down to fucking Arkansas? You ever been to the Rust Belt? You ever been to the house down in Arkansas with no roof to put on a solar panel? When you say you've been a lot of places, you've been a lot of places in Jersey. We're privileged.
No, I've been down south before,
recently,
yeah.
and what's going on now?
Not recent,
Okay.
not
But-
not in the last year or 2 years.
Okay.
I've been just before that.
There's a lot. Look, our manufacturing centers used to be in the middle of the country, Ohio, Pittsburgh, all shit, and we don't even have the
all
infra-
metal work.
Right,
Yeah.
we don't have and then we ship it here, and then they transport it here, ship it overseas, so people had work all over the fucking place. At this point, all that stuff's gone from the middle of the country, and those people in the middle of the country are pissed, man. You got two choices: flipping burgers, or three choices: flipping burgers, join the army, or sell drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so they're disenfranchised, and that's who fucking. Those are the people that Trump are behind Trump because they just want change. They don't care. They're tired and they're sick and they're fucking.
Well, we talked about this during the primaries, where we talked about the one similarity between Bernie supporters and Trump supporters was that everybody was pissed off.
They don't want Hillary.
Palpably pissed off at the structure of government. Not that the ideologies were the same in any
Not at
other
all,
way.
yeah.
But
it was the same idea.
But there was a
Emotional
common
base,
bond between the two voters where it was just like the establishment is fucking us.
So again, this if anything good is going to, if we can survive this winter in the poppy fields, you know what I'm saying? We might be able to on the other side of this.
We can drudge this shit out.
Rebuild.
Hopefully everybody gets the idea. And you know what? There will be blood.
Yeah, because let me tell you, these Trump supporters, when they don't have health insurance, because this shit's gonna fall apart, man. He doesn't know how to get, He knows how to get things done, but on the sneak and all shitty wise. You know what I'm saying? He
knows how to get things done.
By the way, I want to.
I say,
all shitty wise.
Hashtag on the sneak and all city-wide.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm just saying that's his MO, man.
I know. I agree with you completely, dude. I know. Everything he does is dirty, but she brought up a point the other day, if you don't mind me saying. Yeah, hold on. I want to get to you in just a second. Where she said the one good thing about Trump though is when he's shitty, at least it's all out in the fucking open.
No, of course, no. I'd rather have him than Hillary. I'll be honest with you right now.
quiet.
I said this in the beginning. I'd rather have him than Hillary. Hillary was insidious. She's part of the fucking empire. And we're slowly boiling us like frogs in a fucking bowl of a thing of water.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying? So at least this point...
No. Go ahead, finish up.
Okay. Again, it's just that on the other side of this, if we can survive this, man, we'll be people more aware of our responsibility and what our vote actually means and what our voice actually means. And the solutions are, we gotta start building our communities, not the fucking at the capstone.
Sure.
It's at the lower level of pyramid. You can't ever fucking change anything just by changing the top of it.
Unless
go ahead.
society
It looks
changes,
great on paper.
then it's not that. Like, none of the other stuff will matter. Like, Trump isn't there just because so many people don't have jobs anymore and they're sick of politics, but it's because compassion for people that you don't, or empathy, it's really not as American as America tries to portray it.
No,
you
not at
know,
all.
it's the melting pot and it's made
Yeah,
up
no,
of
but-
it's like, but we're all
We are
assholes.
in
They've done
We
it.
demonize, like people. It's more common to meet someone who'll demonize a poor person or demonize someone on food stamps and complain about their tax dollars going to blah blah blah. And I go, dude, if your neighbor's hungry, like doesn't
Make him a
have
tuna
atti-
sandwich.
Like
That's
there
a
is-
positive
there is-
attitude,
There is
yeah.
no common empathy
Oh, yeah.
in American
No.
society. And if there was to the point where it was repulsive to even imagine that your neighbor could be hungry, where it physically makes you do something. Because right now, think of how many thousands upon thousands read every day, oh, this many people are losing their health care. It's not repulsive enough to common
See, here's the
everyday
thing, though.
society for them to demand that they make sure everyone is okay.
But again, we live in an area where there are rich and they're poor. In the Rust Belt, they're all poor. There is no neighbors to bring you a cup of sugar, and that's the problem. These are the people who got him elected. Look at the fucking map, okay? The West Coast and the East Coast are always a little more privileged, and we always think that.
You know why?
What?
You know why? Because they believe in the American dream, which isn't real. That's why they.
No, because they have no jobs, dude. That's why. That's the American dream, is to have a job and have a
Because
house and
they look at him
Because
like
they
he's
back
got his
people
shit
who
together.
No. They look at him just because he's the only one who's actually addressing them. Bernie Sanders said over and over again, the Democratic Party has abandoned the working man, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line, dude. That's the lowest common denominator.
Melting pot thing too. Like it was the melting pot until the railroads connected and the infrastructure was built, and then
That's
it
what I
was
always
get the
say,
fuck
too.
out. Get the fuck out.
I always say
Get
that. Bring
the
us
fuck
your
out.
bring
They're
us your
trying
poor,
to
bring
take
us
your
your
jobs.
sick, bring us your hungry.
It was the
that
melting
whole
pot
thing.
when we needed cheap slave
Right.
labor.
No, but we always need cheap slave labor. I'm
Yeah.
tell you right now.
Yeah.
We
do
get
always need
we
that.
get
And
we
now
get
it's, get the fuck out.
Let me
They're
tell you.
trying to take our jobs that we don't want. You know?
Yeah.
But the thing is, they took the jobs we didn't want. Okay, nobody wanted to be out there when the Chinese were driving
agree.
spikes. Okay, nobody wants
Yeah.
to be in the and people are gonna take umbrage with this because I'm talking about the meat industry. The meat industry, though, those people in there making sausage and chopping that shit up, they're getting subpar wages. Canada tried doing the same thing that we did here, and their beef industry tanked. Okay, the beef industry tanked because the people who none of the Canadians wanted to take their jobs. There were subpar wages, okay, horrible working conditions, and the only people that wanted to take those jobs were the ones that were truly hungry from other countries. The people coming in from fucking Syria and these other countries, and that's the same thing here. And we're the world's largest supplier of fucking beef and all that shit, and we kick these people out that don't want, and we're not going to do those jobs, and that's. We cannot rebuild the country if we do not have the fucking infrastructure, both literally roads and bridges, as well as fucking the infrastructure job-wise to rebuild the fiscal fucking skyscrapers.
Go ahead. You close up before we cut to break.
Okay.
Matt
Well, I just read an article. I mean, like I work
Right now?
I work in the restaurant.
Oh, that's good.
And I was reading an article the other day in a way that he wants to round up all the immigrants, the illegal immigrants, and send them out.
Yeah.
You could,
know how much
with
fucking
him
time that's
doing
gonna
that.
Or
if
he's
he
doing it
actually-
already.
No,
he
recruited
finished.
the National Guard to start
Sorry,
doing it.
Let him
actually.
finish. Go for
If
it.
he actually follows through on that the way he actually really
He
wants
is.
to go about doing it, he could potentially collapse an industry.
More than one industry, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
several.
Like the restaurant industry alone, yeah, your corporate restaurants will survive.
McDonald's had to close across the country because
Your
fucking guys taking off
corporate
it.
restaurants will survive because you have to have papers to be there.
Well, this thing,
All
Trump,
your little-
Trump doesn't have the long-term vision, is what it comes down
He
to.
wants
all your
to.
little mom and pop and like your banging restaurants like that are really fucking good.
Yeah.
Actually give a shit about the food that they're giving you.
He,
Are going to because the backbone of their kitchens are immigrants.
I was
Well, not
saying-
only that, but the
And
food
start
line comes
rounding
from.
them And then it goes further than that. It goes beyond the immigrants, because then when those restaurants close, your front of the house and even your chef and everything like that, who are citizens,
Man,
and
fuck
everything
front
like
of
that,
house.
They're yeah. Well, I'm in back, so you're losing all those jobs for those people.
But it's more than the people in the restaurant.
You're taking down the citizens as well as the illegal immigrants.
Yeah, but
you're taking everyone with you by doing
sinking a
that.
bigger ship than you think.
It's more than the people in the restaurants, because you're taking out the people who provide the produce and
it's a chain reaction.
Right.
Dude. It goes like fire.
But here's I do want to say in defense of Trump. I do want to say in defense of Trump.
Defense of Trump.
Okay,
go ahead.
Last year, the Obama administration got a report, intelligence report that said, look, these 7 countries, they're dangerous. Okay, and so he took that little colonel and went overboard. But this is not any news that he's doing. He's just taking it on in a very Death Star sort of fashion.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a kernel of truth in there that a whole forest of bullshit's growing out of.
Well, there's also a lot of truth surrounding it that's pretty awful too. That's been connected to it, which is part of the problem.
Right.
I don't think the action itself is any worse than what Obama did, honestly.
Yeah, and if you were taking some time to think about it,
all the spurs coming off of it are the fucking problem.
Right, well, it's the lack of forethought. It's like trying to build a house. Hey, I learned how to hammer a nail in. I can build a house.
Right, exactly. Look, listen, we got to cut to our first break. We're going to be back in about 24 minutes, I think the first break is. We're going to see some music from Tony Tedesco.
Promise?
I do promise.
Okay.
Don't you have to worry about that.
Don't you worry, baby doll. We got you covered. Now come here and suck my
We're
dick.
going to be back here
All
tomorrow.
that white man tells you.
Yeah.
Look, and he's dressed like a Chicano too, with a bandana. You couldn't get into class. He's dressed like that, bro.
Look at those blue eyes.
I sure couldn't.
Look, listen.
Unless it was through the back door, and he was carrying a box on his
Listen,
shoulder.
so we're gonna hear some music from Tony Tedesco and the Full Fathom 5. We're gonna see some Ice in the Face. We're gonna be back here with our wonderful guest Ray Ray Beats. I want to hear from Ray Ray being here tonight, man. So far, it's been absolutely outstanding, dude. And we're gonna be back. We're gonna talk more shit. And everybody that's out there that's watching, anybody in the chat, stick with us, and we'll be back.
Yep.
We are out. Matthew Clo Jose.
Pimps up, pimps up.
To be done is ring out like a shot on victim. Victim to the gun. Hey, I gotta commend you guys on that silence there on the break. I like that shit. Motherfuckers getting your money worth. Red Letter Lover. It's going to feature the lovely Kid Geiger. This is not a love song, this is a song about adultery. Take that for all you backseat lovers.
He's a long-frame lover, no one can see.
Heterosexual life mate, of course. Bruce Kowinski, everyone. He's heading over to get crossed down, waiting on Margo, Backstreet Superheroes, that fucking kid right there. He got hers on him.
Train coming down the tracks. Ain't you ever gonna bring my baby back? Train coming down the tracks. Ain't you ever gonna bring my baby back? And I'm standing here as I don't know now it's like a fool on the horn and loud. I'm gonna messing up around the bed. Look back on the tracks will bring you joy again. Up the hill, tell me my baby loves me. I've been here since the regular days, not gonna stay. Bring me and step down and let me lose you. Tell me my baby for her dancing shoes. Train on round the bend, tell me if misery has reached me. Train pushing round the bend. Tell me this misery is finally reached me. I've been here for a year and a half since you came and stole my baby away. I'll be here when I'm home and I'm ready. Here on these tracks is where I'm gonna stay. Down the tracks, train, my baby.
You're listening to us. Red face.
Get it? Anyway, I came up with a great idea a minute ago. You guys missed the celebration, but I thought of an idea where you get sort of a ball wrapping that glows in the dark, any color you want. LED balls. In the night.
Or what about just like gift wrapping, wrapping patterns, like
you know,
you know what I mean? You know,
I like that.
Like that's instead of it being just see through or
I mean,
transparent,
Stones,
whatever.
if I can get a Flintstones Band-Aid,
right? You
why can't I get a Flintstones condom? Right, with the Santa Clauses
They
on
have
it,
to exist.
or the
Oh
Clark
my
Griswolds.
God! I just thought of that. I'm not even gonna say it on the air because it's so amazing that
Write it down.
That like we're gonna make. Right now, we are about to make $1 million on
Just
my
one?
idea just now.
Just one. That's only one day of driving around Donald Trump in New York.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's only one day of driving around
That's
that guy,
worth
saving us all those tax dollars.
Can you make my volume louder in my headphones? Thank you.
By soaking up all those tax dollars. He's saving us. He's draining the swamp by taking all the money out of it so that we can protect this dumb fucking deflated basketball
We
head.
would be better off if we fucking let the rich have whatever part of the country they want so they can isolate themselves and cannibalize their existence.
Yeah.
And let the fucking poor people work out their own lives. Because you're gonna get doctors in the poor people zone too.
Sure.
And you're gonna get fucking every single thing necessary.
Right.
And we could just work it all
The
out
poor
ourselves.
people's
And let me tell you something, the rich people zone,
Because it's the rich people that are fucking up the
Yeah.
poor people, not the other poor people.
the rich people zone would die off real fast.
Well, they're inbred.
and they don't know how to like trim hedges and shit. Like they don't know how to do anything. Like they're stupid as fuck. They just have money and like
It's the perfect
craziness.
crime. They need us, but they make us think that they
we,
don't.
yeah, right. Hey, Tyler Durden said it best. We cook your meals. So we
Right.
you know what I mean? We watch you when you sleep. Like, do not fuck with us.
Right, yeah.
And I feel like they're losing
Yeah,
that
look
message.
at Kim Kardashian and that fucking robbery. Wasn't it like her driver and like everyone else that worked for her?
Something
It was,
like-
and it was like
yeah.
17 people, and I was just like, if 17 people robbed me,
Yeah.
nobody would care.
Nobody would give a fuck at all.
Nobody would care.
They'd
in
be
the
like, why
least.
didn't you fight back, pussy? If you
Right,
had
yeah,
a gun,
like,
you would have been
Nobody even twitches when it's found out that she's walking around with like $5 billion worth of diamonds like in her pocket.
like-
like nobody thinks that's abnormal in any way. They're just like, oh, it's Kim Kardashian. Let's all be
It's just
sad.
a bunch of dead,
Meanwhile, 80-year-old women are being
children
fucking
in the
like
mines.
murdered for their fucking checkbook while walking down a street in
And
like the
everyone's
Bronx.
like,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
we're gonna catch him in 48
And
hours.
we have
It's like, we're not
videos of
gonna.
that happening.
Yeah. Hey, Kim, welcome to the world with the rest of us.
No, but they got
Yeah,
caught. It's
enjoy
not
your
really the
visit for
rest.
4
Yeah,
milliseconds.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Fucking. And then everybody's supposed to weep for her. Like, oh, she had all her jewelry stolen. Who gives a fucking shit?
I don't
gives
know,
a
I don't
shit?
know what happened with like this reality existence where like we look at like we have to observe these people all the time and envy their lifestyle.
That's exactly what it
Because
is.
it keeps
Solely
us
on the basis of
Yes.
money. Solely on the basis.
It keeps us
it's-
going to work.
What it is
nothing
it's
else
the illusion of the
there.
American dream. It's telling poor people one day this could be you.
Yeah.
It's
Except
not
it
going to
can't
be
be.
you. I'm sorry, but it's not going to be you. It's
Yeah.
the exact same mentality that people have when they buy a lottery ticket.
I was really close to it. I was honestly really close to it.
You were never close to billions.
Yeah, you were
no,
never close to billion.
and the
No, but a
millionaires-
quarter of a billion. I was inches away from a quarter of a billion.
Even that, you're still not considered upper crust anymore. The
No.
millionaires of our youth are billionaires now. So being a millionaire is great. But, I mean, the guy from fucking MySpace sold MySpace for $30 million. He's like, I never have to work again. Well, that's good. But, like, the Koch brothers, they have a fucking network, Koch, bro, whatever the fuck they are.
Crotch.
They have a network bigger than the entire Republican Party and like $80 billion. Like,
Right.
they run shit.
Right.
You know? And
so anyway, if you're interested in condoms, check out.
so you don't have some dreaming, dumb fucking
Let's
waterhead.
wrap this all back to the condom thing.
I would have taken that 250 mil. I would have taken that 250 mil and probably donated a ton of it.
Yeah,
really.
because you're a giving guy.
Yeah,
man.
but like, why? What are you gonna do with what the fuck are you gonna do with $250 million?
I don't know, Stones. I rarely even have 250 pennies. I have no idea. Sarah, what's the first story we're gonna cover tonight? Cover, so to speak. We need to hear this.
So, what do you think plastic surgeons are predicting to be the big in thing as far as plastic surgery goes in 2017?
Probably butt implants.
You would think that.
Or hold on.
I have no idea.
What do you think, Stones?
I'm hoping it's the extendos for your legs.
Oh, that's
Leg
a good
extendos?
one. Extendos for the legs. So like you hit a button on your knee and like you shoot up like fucking Inspector Gadget.
No, you crank.
It's got a crank.
Yeah, you click it. You
It's
actually
like
hear
a
it click.
steampunk.
Oh yeah, you like twist your leg and then you hear it like every so often. You want to grow
like,
a little
crick,
bit.
crick,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you click it and then you're
That's
up a little bit more.
excruciating.
That
though.
sounds like
It's
a
not really
nightmare.
No, but people want to be taller, man. That's,
Rick and I
that's a
knew
real
someone.
technology.
I don't know if he's gonna know who I'm talking about, but knew a dude who was very short, and he went through the procedures to have his legs extended. It was like a repeated process just for him to gain like a quarter of an inch, which I thought was useless.
Yeah, right. You just
but
grow
it
your
was
hair out.
excruciatingly painful.
Yeah.
And I was like,
get a
dude,
perm.
like how? Yeah, like excruciatingly painful.
Get a perm,
If
some
a
high
bald
heels.
guy was gonna go through
Elevator
something
shoes.
excruciatingly
Men wear
painful for
elevator
one
shoes.
more blade of grass,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know, like,
right.
and,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a quarter of an inch.
Like if
You
I'm gonna
just
have
put on
right.
bigger shoes. Like,
yeah,
are you
if
kidding?
you're gonna dig into my head, I better have a whole fucking forest by the time you're done, man. I don't want exactly just a wisp of hair. That's not doing me good. Anyway, so what is it? What is the plastic surgery of this year?
Of tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow your mind.
I can't wait.
You're not even. You wouldn't have even ever guessed it
Is
in
it
a
gonna
million
be
years.
ball extensions so they hang real low to the
I
knees?
know you're super excited about the idea of that, but no, it's not.
Am I super excited about
Tails.
it? Am I?
Anything ball related, you
They're
seem to
bringing-
be like
they're bringing
so
back- they're
enthused
bringing
on.
back
Look,
tails.
let me tell you something, man.
I wish.
Oh man, I would get a tail. But let me tell you something, man. Balls are, when it comes to reproduction and importance, women get all this credit just because they carry a baby around for 9 months. Let me tell you, you need our balls in order for I mean, not my balls. My
not for
balls don't
long.
do nothing, but
Not for long. Not if you look at the, where we're headed.
no, where we're
It's
headed is a different place. But so what is it? I need to know.
Smaller nipples. Women want smaller nipples.
Women want
Why?
tiny little nipples, huh?
I like all
This is-
nipples.
this is
Pancakes,
This
saucers.
is insane.
The silver dollar.
Yeah.
I thought you
Yeah.
said sausage for a second.
No,
I'm like,
no, it's
I've
like
never seen a
sausage.
sausage nipple,
No,
but
no, like I'll draw little
that might
aliens.
be the point where the
Yeah.
surgery might
Like,
be needed.
I draw little aliens waving at me out of them.
Look, listen. If your nipples can take condoms,
That's a good point.
maybe you should trim them.
And we have a sponsorship for that.
Yeah.
So if you're interested.
So if you want some really dope rubber nipple tassels, go to undercovercondoms.com.
Yeah, I guess like if you're leaking or
Yeah.
something.
Go
I
to
don't
our
know.
website and click on the condom wrapper on the right side, iceintheface.com.
I don't know how big my nipples would have to be to go, I think it's time to reel this
I
in.
played Instagram for this for the whole what gender
Yeah.
nipple is it?
That was another thing on my list,
Right,
dude.
right.
That was another thing on my list. In fact, my list is actually pretty nipple heavy tonight, I think.
It's a nipple heavy list, huh? Well, let's segue. I mean, what's the other nipple thing?
But first, I want to continue the small nipple
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, sure. It's I mean, nipples. I knew a girl once who wanted to have her nipples moved and did.
Moved
and,
where?
And
Like-
did.
like to
And
Nebraska?
got it done.
Yeah, got it done. Yeah.
Where did they?
Where did they put them on her ass cheeks?
Well, she got breast implants, and when she got them, it pushed her nipples out all
Oh, that's
googly eyed
different.
into
Well, yeah.
like so they're
Yeah, but that's like a repercussion from her
Right.
stupidity.
Yeah,
so like,
her nipples
Right.
look like two
It's your
lazy.
fault.
that was more of a corrective surgery than like a rando.
corrective from
Rando, I love
a.
it.
They
word
should have
rando.
put the nipples on her eyelids.
Well, her nipples look like two lazy eyes. So like because
Yeah.
after the breast implants went in, they just pushed out, and it's like.
Right.
So in other words, she's got to fix something that she thought she already fit. It's like where does it end? You know what I
It's
mean?
an endless
I'm
cycle.
shocked they didn't do it all at once.
Yeah.
I guess they just put the implants in. They're like, yeah, this will do.
This is fine.
Yeah, we got like 8 more of these to do today.
Yeah. Come on, get him in, get him out. I don't want to spend all day on this. I mean, this chick's kind of good looking and all, but not
What
with all
happens
this
when you
shit
go with
going
the
on.
lowest bidder?
Yeah. Like this chick was
Small
a 10.
nipples. Now, when this fad is over, people are going to go back in for bigger ones.
That's right.
And then the surgeon's going to have to cut them open and stick the finger in from behind to
Yep.
pop it out.
This is like the cell phone trends. They used to be real
So
small,
weird.
and now people want a cell phone like the size of a coffee table. You know?
Sooner or later, we can just have hologram nipples. They can just be whatever you want.
Put them wherever you just get them cut off. I knew another girl
Who had hologram nipples.
who, unfortunately, she passed away. But she
But her nipples were very much alive.
she wanted her nipples. She wanted her nipples removed. She wanted to look like a doll, so she was set out to have things removed.
Where did you meet these fucking women?
I played in a band for 20 years. You just,
dude. Well, that's interesting because when I was little, I wanted to have no nose.
Interesting. When you were little.
When I was very little, yeah, I hated having a nose. I thought it got in the way of your face.
Yeah, sure.
I hated it. Like it was like something that just was
like,
in the way.
That's how I feel about eating.
Shouldn't be there. It was
like how much better would my life be right now if I didn't have this fucking thing in the way?
Yeah,
you know,
just all day, all night.
Just spackle it over. Spackle
well,
over
it would make your life better because your allergies are so shitty. If you didn't have a nose, you'd probably be happier.
Well, not if I couldn't breathe through my face. If you want to really tunnel out those holes nice and wide, that'd be awesome.
Cut the nose off and learn to breathe through your eye holes.
There you go. That's better. I can have them redirect.
You'll have dry eyes, but then if you get the nipple extensions on your eyelids, then you can.
I can redirect my tear ducts.
You can cry milky tears.
Yes, so I can cry from the nipple, like a real
smaller nipple.
Yeah.
On your eyeball.
I'm not even sure what science project we've stumbled into here.
But it's a good one.
It's a good one, and it's
an
turning me
extra
on.
credit.
This one goes on the resume. This one goes on the resume.
So yeah, as Stone's brought up, there's the genderless nipples Instagram account.
Yeah, sure.
Some of them you can tell what gender they are.
You think you can? That's what every guy says the night after drinking.
Yeah, right.
This is real enough.
This is good enough. Yeah, this is good enough for me to spank
the nipples aren't exactly small, but whatever.
You can't jerk off to a single nipple, so it doesn't matter.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Some people do.
I don't think they do.
It depends on the nipple.
It
could be a superior
It's the
nipple.
Russian roulette of the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the thrill of is it not? I don't know.
That's not thrilling to me.
Well, not to you because you're inexperienced with that sort of thing, I guess. I don't know.
With what?
I don't know. Nipple roulette.
You don't understand the two-dimensional life that men lead.
Yeah, right.
Get into it?
I vaguely remember, but we liked it. We watched it till we fell asleep.
We're back. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Awesome Talk Season 8, Episode 1. On February 21st, 2017, we are back here at the bar, just hanging out and talking about shit. Ray Beats is here, hanging out, man.
Sure is.
I don't want to hear it one more time for Ray for being here. I want to hear it for Tony Tedesco's band. Who we just heard from on the last break. Ice in the Face as well.
My band, yes. Awesome guys.
Hey, my Uncle Wayne is in the chat room. Hey, Uncle Wayne. How's it
What's up,
going?
Wayne?
What's up? Hot teams out there?
Nipplecondoms.com.
Nipple condoms.
Ooh, that sounds sexy.
I want to start a website, Muffication. I might already be out there, but Muffication.com. All right.
What happens on Muffication?
Oh, chicks fucking sit on your face, tell you about what bad girls they've been. You know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Okay, all right,
you know what I'm
that's pretty straightforward.
Well, yeah, what did you think it was? Oh, yeah, no, I'm not into any cake eating that
He's
fucking.
not into weird shit.
I'm not into weird shit, dude. The shit I'm in is solidly tested, is within my bounds of normal. Okay.
When I was younger, I didn't fully understand the sexual implications of the word muff, and it was a joke. I was like 16 years old. I had my first job at a paintball field, working with all these adults, and they had this joke. They'd be like, "Hey, you want some muff or you need some muff?" I'm like, "That's funny." I didn't get that it was a pussy, and I said to my boss. In front of a female customer, she's like, an adult female brought her kids to the paintball field to play paintball, and I thought my boss would laugh. I was like, hey boss, you need some muff right now? And he's like, right in front of this lady, and he's like, what the fuck are you thinking? What? And he's like, what is wrong with you?
I got two short stories. I got 2 short stories like that. Number one, I asked my mother what a dildo was when I was 8 years old. Okay. I just did it pretty well.
She pulled one out of a drawer. She was
She smacked me in the face with it and said, put this blindfold on, now I'm going to teach you a fucking lesson. No, she told me it was just what women use replacement for men during sex, is what she said. But I got a similar...
That's legit.
That's gonna piss
I'm a straight
off the
shooter.
feminists.
Yes, but it's gonna keep my children in line. That's advice is gonna just proliferate. Not that exact advice, but that's like the acorn. It's gonna just truth and honesty and to the point is the best way to fucking parent, like it is to govern anything.
I agree 100%. I told my kids that Santa Claus isn't real, and people tell me you fucking are stealing innocence from your children. Fuck you, bro. Like, I'm not buying
I'm
my
sending
kids.
real. If this was a Disney World, I'd put her in a tiara every fucking day. Okay, but it's not a Disney World, you know. And okay, so second story, similar to what you're saying. I was young and I was working in a pizza place, and they call it Tony Gabadon. Tony Gabadon. Gabadon. And so I've been like, not Gabadon. That was one name. That means Tony Snake. But the other one was Gabagat. Tony Gabagats. Okay, so
that guy.
Yeah. So all fucking. You know, it was what they were always saying to me. So one day, one of the reps from one of the cheese companies come in. I was like, Louis Gabagats. He looks at me. And this was mafia dude, pink tie. He said, "Do you know what the word means?" I said, "No." He goes, "You shouldn't use words they know what they mean." I left everyone's fucking dying in tears. It means Gabagats means Ugats means your dick, and Capo means head. So I was calling him a dickhead. yeah. So, but the guy was like, "Are you kidding me?" And like, yeah, we're laughing so hard. So that was at the point I learned, you know what? No point in opening your mouth whether to argue or to laugh if you don't know what you're talking about. It served me well.
The way you kept putting your hand up, I thought he had a tracheotomy.
Oh no, that was my father. That was my father. My father had a cancer kazoo for a while because he was just a bad man.
Dude, so
not everyone bad.
Did you see his shirt?
Oh, you guys know G?
Gonna get gun. Oh,
you guys know G?
Forever,
I know G.
Forever, dude.
I've known G since I was like 15 years old, starting out trying to make music.
I know G.
Dude, he's a fucking...
He's a friend of mine.
That is,
Yeah.
No, dude.
That's funny.
That is like what I was talking about, where like he like
dude, it's a small world, dude. Holy shit.
The Saint said, "Do not jump on the bar and walk on the bar."
Dude,
and
I'm
what the
gonna
fuck
send
does
him-
this guy do?
Dude,
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
send him a picture of us sitting next to
Dude,
each other.
he-
and be like,
That's a
"This
Jewish ass
motherfucker's
dude right there,
around."
man.
Dude, he...
It is a Jewish
Yo,
ass
Yo,
dude.
he's my
This
friend. He
guy
knows
did
me.
not fucking give a
You
fuck.
can tell G that you're with me. He'll be like, "Fucking Ray Ray."
I
from the
can't believe
internet.
this shit.
Right from the internet.
Look, he was talking about G.
This is like an event.
No, you have no idea how much of an
This
event
is
this
a
really
goddamn
is.
event.
He was talking about G before you got here, and then you sat down and pulled your fucking sweatshirt off, and you had to go get a God shirt, dude. That's
Yo, this shirt
insane.
is way more than 10 years old, bro.
Hell yeah, it is, dude.
I took this shirt from one of my older mentors. So, like, my best friend, when I was young, I was 16 years old. I dropped out of high school, and I moved out of my mom's apartment to live with a bunch of people who were past 21 years old. They had their own house, but they were so supportive of my music. They were like, "You can live here for free, set up your studio here, and just make music as much as you want." Dropped out of high school, moved in with no job with these people. So I moved in with my best friend. His name was Derek. He was in his 20s at the time. I'm 27. He's probably 33 or 34 now. He was G's graphic designer for all the late shit that G did. So mixtapes on acid with aliens, or no, mixtapes on acid or whatever.
Did you know that person?
Who?
The person
His name's he's South
Did he have
Jersey.
pink hair?
Yes, you know Derek Brandon.
Yes,
Yo,
I do.
that's wild that you know who Derek is.
That's insane.
He doesn't
that
do
this
music
happened.
anymore. He doesn't do graphic art anymore. He's a happy father. But that dude took me in. I didn't know him. He was an adult. I was a 16-year-old, and he pushed me in music. He was a DJ, and he scratched, too. That was my dude, man. And I stole this shirt from him, man, when I was like 16 years old.
That's a great.
Here's having a 10-year-old shirt.
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Derek still does graphic design stuff for me sometimes when he wants to, but yeah, G always took a long time paying him. Always took
I believe that.
He always paid him though.
Man. Holy fuck. What the fuck were we talking about before this happened, dude? This was great. No, there was something great that we were talking about. What the fuck was it? I was going to say something about hip-hop, man. Just about hip-hop in general. And you know what I really hate about hip-hop nowadays? Is I really hate when people say that hip-hop is dead or that it's not like as good as it used to be.
They
and
ain't
all
been
that shit.
looking.
That's what I always say. Where are you looking?
Driving.
Yeah, like if you're turning the fucking radio on like we used to do 20 years ago.
Well, that's what they mean. They mean the radio isn't as good.
But
as
why are we
Yeah,
giving it
because-
so much credence? Like why are we giving it so much?
Well, why would you ever give it credence? And as long as people are creating at an excellent level, that's shit's going on. And the thing is,
Music
we
is
have,
great.
and music's such a business now. There's so many followers. You get so far between innovators. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that you got that whole thing that something has to play it. But there's always something good. You got your ear to the ground. You can talk to the fucking stars.
Sure.
Anyone heard the theory that Death Row is pretty much what transitioned it?
What do you mean transitioned? What?
Transitioned, like, in the
You mean
sense
Death
of,
Row
like,
Records?
yeah, or so Grandmaster Caz actually said this in an interview, and I don't know whether I agree with him or not, but he was essentially what he was saying was that gangster rap was the transition from it being an art form that was out there to being commercialized.
Yeah, I'd say that's true. That's absolutely
no, it was
true.
done on purpose,
As
dude.
dope as gangster rap can be at most times, like it's true.
They used gangster rap to redefine an entire genre of
Yeah, but that
music.
doesn't mean Nas wasn't badass though.
I don't know.
Right?
I
agree with you. I'm saying, so what I'm saying is that there's always innovators. It's a matter of. So once someone gets into the stream, the money stream, it swims.
But
away.
it is weird as
he
that.
was playing just to put the marketing aspect of gangster.
Well, it does. It's
rap.
It's people's perception of it because it's the media selling us that. It's like we're a species that loves sensationalism. We love to be stimulated.
Exactly.
You know.
And it's
And if we didn't have TV, we'd just sit around jacking off all day.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
See, I work from home. So I get to sit around and watch TV and jerk off.
I masturbate a lot.
Oh yeah, well, I got the healthiest prostate of anyone at this table. I guarantee.
Yeah,
You're all youngins.
Yeah, I got freaked out the other day. One of my nuts was hurting out of nowhere. And for like 2 days straight, and I have a little brother who, when he was younger, he had like testicular cancer.
Oh,
So
shit.
I called my dad. I was like, Dad, my ball has been hurting for 3 days.
My ball.
He was like, maybe you bruised it or something. I don't know what to tell you, right? I was like, I don't remember hitting it on anything. But I was really serious. I'm feeling for lumps. Can't find no lumps.
Ingrown hair?
But my dad prayed for me. My dad's a chaplain. I don't have the same religious beliefs as he does, but he prayed for me. And the next day, my ball didn't hurt. So now for him, that's going to be a huge victory for God.
Balls for Jesus. Balls for Jesus.
Dear Lord, please save my son.
The power of prayer is
Let me just say something a little bit more important than all of that.
My dad prayed for my
If
nut.
my ball was hurting for more...
What kind of pain was
On
it?
the phone, he was like, "Dear Heavenly Father, I pray for Raymond's testicle right now. I pray that whatever's going on with it, it's non-lethal. I hope you can work it out for."
I know you love him just the same with
Yeah,
one
my
ball.
dad's a chaplain, dude. My dad's a
He was mad serious.
He's 100% serious.
Well, what kind of pain was it? Was it a dull pain? Was it continuous pain? Was it
No,
sharp?
it was dull. It was dull, but it was enough pain that if I'm walking around and my ball just like gently taps my leg,
This is
I'll be like,
making
"Ooh,
me
that
really
hurts."
uncomfortable.
Oh
sure.
fuck.
Sure.
You know, and that's not normal.
Why?
Just calm down. This is all
Well,
part of anatomy.
unless somebody's biting on him.
his ball. It's religious.
God,
I
you
know,
know,
it
his
hurts.
prayer email.
Unless I got my
fire, building fell over. Oh man, his nuts hurt. Yeah, it's fucked up.
God saves his maybe hurt ball because of his dad. That's pretty
Shouts to
special.
Chaplain
All I want to
James.
say is this: if you thought you hit your ball on something hard enough,
I
to
would
bruise
know.
it, you would remember that.
All
Shit.
right. I knew I shouldn't have said that little mini
Or
fucking
did you
bear
do
trap
it so
fucking
well?
cock ring.
Or did you do it so well that you blacked out?
Oh, I blacked out and blocked it out.
Yeah.
Nut pain
Because
is
if you-
like
like, if you-
when you stub your toe when you walk to pee, like it's up there with that kind.
You know,
Except it goes all the way in your throat and like your eyes.
you know what they call when you wake up in the morning and you're from blacking out and you're taking your nuts hurt, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday night, Wednesday morning, you know, just another fucking day.
Sure.
There you go. Wednesday, motherfucker.
Holy shit!
I'm just saying. I lead a very bohemian lifestyle.
That's why we hang out. See, that's why we hang out on Tuesdays. Everybody knows
I didn't even put that.
Wednesday is
Every
taking
other
nut
Wednesday,
shot
I mean.
Oh my God, that's how I put it together too.
Wednesday is taking nut shot night, so you gotta chill on Tuesday.
You're on deck on Tuesday night.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's prepping. We're prepping because we all know we're gonna get kicked in the balls tomorrow.
Oh, dude, that's so perfectly fucking put.
Some stupid video's been showing up in my Facebook feed
Dude,
about like a
we're
kung
gonna
fu
fucking
master
suck.
who like practices the art of iron crotch or some shit, and he just lets dudes kick him in the nuts. I haven't even gone to watch the video.
That's a
This doesn't
viral
sound like
concept
anything.
right there. That's a viral concept.
But it's funny immediately.
It is.
I don't know, man.
It is.
You
Everybody.
see, somebody
dude,
being kicked in the nuts.
Everybody likes to see that.
Somebody being
Yeah,
kicked in the
I
nuts
know.
is
Funny.
hysterical, but
Hilarious.
also
Oh no, you
horrifying.
Yeah,
Unless
well,
it's
no.
you. But you go like oof.
That's why it's funny. It's
But
the-
also you laugh.
and when it hits like a neutron bomb.
It's like
Oh.
the deepest, almost the second
And it
deepest
lingers.
amount that we can
It holds on.
justify.
Your whole
laughing
nervous
at
system
someone else's
through your stomach, all the way
we know how
into the
bad
back
it
of your eye sockets.
It's like similar to solar plexus, like if you're getting out in the solar plexus too. Same shit.
Yep.
And live.
Yeah. Except
Or like a fucking like a cornered edge shin shot.
You said that.
You know, like
pain
when your
holds
fucking
on
shin
for a
hits the corner or something, dude.
yeah.
Like, oh, that
And it
one
takes your
kills
breath
me.
away. You're like,
That one kills me.
yeah.
The shin shots are like the worst for me, dude. Oh, I hate fucking.
Yeah, when I used to skate heavy, that was like my
Yeah, dude. I that's
And the
why.
shins with the
Yeah.
deck. Oh, fuck.
When your shin hits the corner of a metal pipe,
Oh,
vert
fuck
rail,
you.
Trailer hitch.
It's the worst.
Oh, dude.
It's the
Oh.
fucking
I've
worst.
complained that when people park their big ass trucks, they should have to take that hitch off. Because you're looking at the bed of the truck. When you're looking at the tailgate when you walk by, you're not looking down for where that hitch is.
Yeah,
You can like trip over it.
Yeah.
Or you can hit it with your car too by accident.
Totally.
If it's a long truck, it sticks out beyond the parking space, you know?
Oh my god, you said by accident. Thank fucking god. Holy shit, dude. Sorry. Dude, the amount of times I hear people say on accident anymore, dude, it's just driving me fucking insane.
Well,
It's
it's
like
like
this
saying
virus
people,
that's a
it's like
cold.
saying people were evacuated. You know, they were evacuated from buildings.
Yeah, I got
people
you.
don't evacuate. Houses,
Yeah.
buildings get evacuated of people.
No, I never thought of it.
You just have a good grandma. Look, your father was a clergyman. He needs to know how to fucking communicate with people. And you're just another blessing that has bestowed upon you, son. That someday you'll understand when you pass this upon to your kids genetically. Okay?
Dear Heavenly Father, please shield me from these heathens.
Oh, it's too late for that now.
I praise you, dear. I praise you, dear Lord.
Well, I'm I'm fucking dunked in the Jordan, brother. I'm as religious as they come.
Dunked in the Jordan. That's a hashtag.
Dunked in the Jordan.
I'm using that on Instagram.
Everybody is right now, from now on.
I'm going to take a picture of the next shit I take. Hashtag Duncan and Jordan.
That's a good one. That's a good fucking hashtag.
Tony was born on a night.
Tony.
Tony was born on that.
That's the third time I've heard this week, man.
Tony dunked in the Jordan Tedesco.
So John Wick.
Wasn't that crazy about the first? I'm not crazy about this kind of movie. No, I could appreciate it, but it's not a movie I would have paid to see. And I only watch it because somebody wanted me to watch it.
I'm the type of guy who's like, when it comes to action movies, all my biases are gone. I don't care if enough shit explodes, enough cars.
Yeah, see, I don't get the adrenaline rush like that.
Like I'm like, yep, fuck it, that was a good one. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that picky about it. You know, I expect.
Well, again, sitting at home and watching, but going to the movies today is like what it used to be going to Nick game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you don't walk out of there without spending $50 for two people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and then
You do like a Tuesday night somewhere though. Sometimes you get.
Yeah, I mean, for $50, I rent the cheap motel and break up my free candy van. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, that's why you hit Five Below and you rent cargo. You see
You killed it, man.
Oh shit! Here we go.
I'm sorry, that was fucking genius.
Nothing will ever be
If Five Below would go cargo.
All right, look.
You saved
All right, look.
Y'all are having too much fun.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So.
It happens.
So John Wick.
What is that
dude,
movie
it was-
even about? I've never seen
It's
it.
a dude who shoots.
About a man and his
The guy who
dog.
gets his dog killed, he goes on a rampage for 2 hours. It's very good. It's very post Matrix modern fucking technique and fucking.
All right,
you know,
let me pull it in.
quiet, you know,
Ex-hitman tried to walk away.
Yeah, Hitman, they killed his dog. They killed his wife, killed his
Killed
wife.
dog.
Killed his dog.
And he just goes to war with the mafia.
And you know the thing was he broke out. It turns out there's this hole in the ground. Assassins Guild that goes on. So he breaks. It's almost like a D&D game.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody busting dogs, and it turns out you're a hitman. So you roll a 20.
Sort of
You know
like
what?
in
You have a
Deadpool,
Lamborghini
you know?
and you got a Ferrari and a black suit. You go to this hotel, all right, and all of a sudden this whole other world opens up. You know, so and yeah, it was well done. It was well done.
Yeah.
It's not the sort of thing. I'll watch it at home. It comes at home. I almost did go to watch it because my kids wanted to see it, and then the movie was packed, and so I just said, oh well.
Yeah.
They went all the way to some other movie theater.
You just buy your tickets.
No. My kid called me. I know my kid was sleeping over. We'd done a show, and my middle kid came down, and my oldest kid is one who I watched with it the first time. And I talked the next morning. I live with him. I was at I was someplace else, and so.
I don't know if I believe you. I don't know.
Do I got a kid now? I know I got 17 kids because I got one in every county, dude. I do. That's how I was so good with geography. Anyway, but yeah. So they call. Look,
I was hanging with Bergen the other day.
So is it Gloucester or Gloucester?
Good morning, Essex.
the fuck out of here, Bergen. Go take a shower, Union.
Hey,
and fuck you, Monmouth.
Hey, Burlington, watch the door.
Hey, Ocean, you're a piece of shit, just like your mom.
Middlesex, what do you say when the bank comes to the door?
That was great. That was great. We just categorized the entire state of New Jersey.
Look, our geography skills are all of them. You kids are young. You still have time to populate more counties. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not populating shit.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
I mean, that was
Dude,
great.
I'd have another kid in a
That was
heartbeat.
great, dude. That's a great idea. We should have that. We should have that. We should have that a minute where we can get mad at the state of New Jersey and we go county by county and everybody, like, you know.
New
Fuck
Jersey's
you.
Angry Minute.
Yeah, but New Jersey's angry minute. Fuck you, Morris County. Fuck you.
You should have a little set up where it's like a news anchor set. You know, each week one of us will come in with a tie and be the
Pink
weatherman.
ties. We'll be the Pink Tide Man.
Exactly.
God damn it. Fuck you, Atlantic County. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Salem County is a teenager who doesn't go to school and smokes weed all day and blows glass.
exactly.
Gloucester is always hanging
Yeah.
out with Salem.
Yeah.
Hey, Nair Mage is in the house. What's up, Nair Mage?
Oh,
I agree
fucking
completely.
image. Silly son
It's
of a
all about
bitch.
what's going to make the money. Yeah. Thanks for
a
mentioning
dog or
on
cat?
accident is ridiculous. Thank you, hot team. It's as bad as when someone types "loose my mind."
Oh yeah, that's all else.
I'm so glad I didn't say the wrong thing there. They would have roasted me.
Oh my
if I-
god.
No. It would have silently been. They would just pass judgment on you. Look down their long nose at you, and just went, man, I thought more of that kid.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide. Though.
Loose my mind.
Lose my mind, dude. I've seen that so many times.
Well, or what about somebody types the word a lot, A-L-O-T?
Breathing.
Well, I actually do that. I type ALOT because I believe it should be an amendment to grammar.
Well, like,
I believe
hey,
it's
sure,
not-
no, that's a beautiful part of grammar.
understand that.
There's always amendments to grammar, though. That's what I love about grammar. Except for the one object I have
That
is
should be a word.
they added a new definition for literal last year, and that was to say figuratively. Okay, so there's literally no fucking there's no word that means literal. What literally
But
used to mean.
figuratively.
I guess also in typing the word a lot as one word, I do acknowledge that grammatically is incorrect, and you will always get a squiggly red line underneath of it when you type it into Facebook. It's two separate
But
words.
you know, if you type,
I acknowledge that.
But you know, if you type that out a lot, though, it saves trees. I mean, you know, that's where the space is
You
at.
know it's wrong. Every time
Yeah, I
you
give
look
a
at
fuck.
it,
I
every
give a
time
fuck
you
about
look
the
at it,
economy.
that
Yeah.
squiggly
trees.
red
A
line,
lot.
it lets you know it's wrong. You know, it's like, you know that ain't right. You can do it, but you know
All right, so John Wick, what about it?
Well, I was going to pull
good.
it in a little tighter than John Wick for just a second there. Anybody watching The Walking Dead by any chance?
not recently.
Everybody just
no.
says no.
I'm with the vibe of the room.
Well,
I
I've been-
tried, it's
I've
not
been
my thing.
consistent on that. Like when my wife watches it and I happen to be there, that's when I see it.
Yeah.
So I've seen parts of it, but I'm like, you know.
You've been watching it?
Yeah.
Are you disappointed?
Spoiler alert, with like the new group they meet,
Yeah.
the new group is just fucking weird to me. Like, okay, when they were just walking around everybody, and then this woman just made like
Yeah,
this movement,
slow,
and everybody just
weirdness.
stopped.
what the fuck?
Well, I'm sure sometimes it's a whole season played out. Because I was hanging with somebody who would watching a great movie, and every time something out of sync would come up, oh, this sucks. No, it's going to be explained later on in the
There's
plot.
nothing in Walking Dead that's in sync.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know anything
The
about
whole
that. So
thing is
I wouldn't be
out of
able.
sync.
I wouldn't be able. I mean, just. Do you think it's gonna explain later on once
Dude,
something
it's
happens,
like
or is it
watching
just?
the
Or is it,
aftermath of an abortion. Like just a chopped up mess.
you mean
on the
carefully so
floor.
you get it all in the cup for the sacrifice ritual later?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you mean
And
just
the-
watching?
And the snacking and what have
Up
you.
until this season, like I have been into it since the beginning, like die hard. Like and even at my friend's house, like we based our week around what Talking Dead was on. Love it. We even watched the Talking Dead after everybody stayed for Talking Dead because we loved it so much that we had to watch a show.
I hate the fucking
of people
Talking Dead.
talk about shit that we just watched.
That could be talking about yourselves.
I like Chris Hartsgrove. I like.
This
no.
season
That
seven
show
is the
sucks.
first
Yeah.
season that I find myself if I miss an
I like
episode,
the
I'm
Breaking
like,
the Talking
I'll get
Bad. I
around
like
to it.
that. I
Here,
like
here's the
Breaking
thing, man.
Bad episodes.
Negan breathed some life into the fucking show, dude. He breathed a lot of life into it, and as soon as he did, all these fucking pussy ass Walking Dead fans said, "Oh, this is too violent now." It's like during a fucking post-apocalyptic zombie apocalypse. I can't believe it's not more violent, more of the fucking
No,
time.
no, that far down. How
Yeah.
correct those zombies must be, though, given these times, you know?
They did the same
Well,
thing.
not just that, but we're talking about the way people treat each other in a fucking world like that, dude. Like Negan bashing people's brains out with a baseball bat and it being so fucking visceral. Like, people had a problem with it, and the producers toned the violence down. Could you imagine just for a second if, like, the people who made Breaking Bad or The Wire did such a thing? If they heard from the audience and said it's too violent and they toned it down, they would never do such a fucking
Well, of course not, because The Wire is the greatest show ever, because you know why? The Wire was written all episodes before they filmed the first one. It's already written.
And also
never happened on
because
The
it's
Wire.
almost as good as Breaking Bad.
The same thing happened in...
Well, you'll never know until you watch The Wire.
I just started.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good.
The same thing happened in
Don't shut up for
there was an
a couple
episode of
weeks.
Sons of Anarchy in the final season where literally the entire scene, the entire opening scene is pretty much softcore porn. All the different guys from the club are all, it's them each one by one getting laid for like the entire opening montage. And now at this point, there had been scenes with, you know, a guy getting his head cheese grated, that, you know, they blowtorch a tattoo off of some guy's back.
Jesus.
And they had gone through 7 seasons of moments like this happening, and the outrage that came from behind the scene, they wanted them to pull the episode, all sorts of shit. Same thing like when Negan bashed it in, and then all of a sudden all these people all of a sudden
Sons of Anarchy. Last season.
Fuck yeah, that shit was great.
I watched it up till next last season.
I watched the whole thing.
It seemed like it fell apart, man.
I couldn't get into it. The first fucking episode bothered me so bad I couldn't even get past
Oh,
it.
I liked it. It's great. It's great.
I felt like it was terrible. But to be fair, I thought the first episode of The Walking Dead was
Well,
terrible
yeah,
too.
I just thought it kind of ran out of road. No
Stick
pun
with
intended.
it. Like, stick with it for a little bit.
Yeah,
Sons of Anarchy.
one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know
It was like Breaking Bad. Like, Breaking Bad was great when it came out, and you're like, wow, this is really, really good. But it was kind of like, all right, you kind of, you're like, oh, where can they go with this storyline? But no, I remember because I was when I was, but when season 2 came out, it was like, oh,
yeah, you gotta always give it a chance.
You know,
That goes back to what I
you
was just
know,
saying
it's
about
oh,
something that's
no,
well
they're
done.
going
It
in,
has
you know?
foreshadowing, and there's reasons for doing it. But that doesn't mean things don't fall apart, like
the
Dexter
first
or
season,
whatever.
yeah, the
You know what I'm
first
saying?
season of Breaking Bad.
Again, once again, why I hold the Flyers such high esteem. All 5 seasons tied back to the first season.
I never had any interest in
No,
Dexter.
some people don't, man.
I never seen it.
Dexter's awful.
Dexter.
Dude, the first season I thought was good, but by the first season it was already like you'd seen 6 seasons of him almost getting caught.
I saw
And
like
that's
one
what connected.
episode. I saw the first 2 episodes.
Oh, no, you got
and I was like,
yeah.
Of what?
No, see,
Dexter.
there's a stylistic thing to there though, where it's like in Miami, so there's a whole dialogue.
Yeah,
They're
it's
trying
a
to do
shitty-
a Coen
it's a
Brothers.
shitty style, honestly.
It's a subpar Coen
Dude,
Brother thing, but I believe anyway.
No, I get what they were going for, but when you actually watch it, dude, it's like
I love the Coen Brothers. It's subpar.
you see a scene,
But there's all that dialect and the weirdness on top of it. Like,
yeah,
take
dude,
two watches.
and like, but the filming technique will even change bizarrely in the middle of an episode, like out of fucking nowhere. Like, there's not even any like stylistic cohesiveness. It just like her and I were watching it one night, and it was like all of a sudden everything went like neon colors. But not like in an exaggerated way.
Not somebody started tripping, like you're saying, like a.
No.
It's like there's something wrong with the camera.
Yeah, it's like what?
No,
What? They use a broken camera? Like what happened here?
This is why I like the second season. What's that show we were talking about? Where I said the second season got much. Mr. Robot.
Yeah.
Second
Love
season
Mr.
stylistic. Everything was down. Instead of getting worse, it's like it attracted so much good talent.
Mr. Robot is the dopest
Because the
thing
second
ever
season
on
was
TV.
is
Bad.
unbelievable TV. It's unbelievable movies. It's fucking It's
I haven't watched it.
stylistically like the talent, the technical talent they have there, above and beyond the storyline and the dialogue, which all, as far as I'm concerned, really improved from the first season. The photography, the soundtracking, everything is really well. Yeah. It's like almost Hitchcock in nature at times, man. That whole thing, looking from above, you know.
In my
and
opinion.
I like the way they get people's face in like a quarter, and you see the rest of the. There's a lot of stylistic stuff.
Just to connect 2 topics that we touched on, my friend Derek Brandon, or Derek Sharp, the one who used to do the artwork for Triple G, he recently tried to get me onto that show, Mr. Robot. He told me how great it was, but I don't like syndicated shows. I don't like cable television, so I never got into it. But
I would give this one.
It's funny, the dude who did Triple G art. Endorses that show.
Mr. Robot is one of those shows that's on USA, and you look at this and you go,
it's not like syndicated TV.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Suits.
It's like not only can I not believe that this is on USA, I can't believe they're letting this subject matter through the way they
Well, it's
are.
because it's on USA. It's on the radar.
Well, well, maybe that. I think you might be right about that because USA, like when we went to watch it for the first time, I was like, "This is a USA show. How good can this possibly be?"
Some of them are entertaining though. If you remove something like you're watching like Ryan said,
Yo, Psych was good though. Did you ever watch
Psych? Psych was good and funny.
That was funny as fuck.
I like the one the Matt Nix movie about the spy. What the fuck was that? Where the guy had the funny accent.
It had a lot of goofy episodes where they like crossed into weird genres.
Yeah. But Mr. Rowe transcends all that, puts it in a whole different category.
See, for me, it's always like I would not watch a syndicated television. Honestly, I don't give a fuck what's going on TV, but I always end up dating a girl who gives a fuck about some kind of show, so I have to give it a chance. And that's where I've gotten all my TV taste from, is like when a girl forced me to watch a show, and I'm like, all right.
That's why I only date chicks who watch porn.
What have you ever been happiest? What have you ever been happiest being forced to watch?
What, she's blowing him?
I love blowjobs. I love them. I don't know, like a girl I dated many years back, like a couple girls ago, made me watch all of Supernatural, and now I'm watching that with my current girlfriend. She doesn't know. I hope she doesn't see this.
It's like she's finding a porn movie.
I'm just like, oh yeah,
that thing qualifies with Polaroids.
We're watching, me and my current girlfriend are watching all of Supernatural from the beginning. I'm like, yeah, this show is dope. It's awesome to be like this too. And I'm never like, yeah, my ex-girlfriend made me watch every fucking season. I'm telling that part, but I like Supernatural.
That might be mistaken. Or not.
Game of Thrones? I haven't been into it.
No, I'm looking forward to the last season, man. I think it's got direction, and they brought it together well. I thought. I didn't get. It took me a while to get into it because there's so much. It's this period piece. So much of the costumes the same. I had to really get into it to find out the differences between the bloodlines, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Once I did that, and I binge watched it.
Everybody know who watches TV? Who I respect who watches TV? Everybody. All fucking says Game of Thrones is fucking dope. And like, I just haven't just gotten.
Don't get me wrong, it's not as good as The Wire.
Different strokes.
Nowhere near it doesn't touch The Wire at all.
They're all up there. Like,
Game of Thrones is one of the only shows that I could like not know the names of any of the places that they're in. Know like three guys' names. Know like three guys' names.
Button all the way to the
still
left.
be like, this is the most amazing shit.
Hold it down for
That's
5
because all the
seconds.
naked hot young chicks on it getting naked and hot.
Yeah, that helps.
Plus
my Khaleesi.
Butterscotch says it's more penises than anything else. In South Park.
There's so many damn penises.
Are there a lot of cocks in Game of Thrones? I never like considered.
No, but there really aren't though.
No,
there was like one season. There was one cock-heavy season.
It's equal genitalia
Did we ever see the mountain's cock? That'd be crazy if they showed the mountain's cock.
They just said
it's literally a baby. A little baby's arm holding an apple. Going, I'm gonna eat fucking
they showed Hodor's cock.
Did they show Hodor's cock?
Yes, they did.
That's crazy.
Which one's Hodor? The big guy?
The shit like how they tied back Hodor's name and shit like that. To me, that's what I go for, man. You know.
But he's huge.
No. Hodor's
like mentally handicapped.
But for a reason. Hodor.
That's pretty cool. They showed his cock.
Yeah. Hodor. He's just as big. He's just Hodor.
Was it a big monster dong?
I don't know. Was it? Let's Google this.
It
did all right.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, face if you've been naked and you didn't feel your penis was up to it, I'd be demanding, you know what?
Call the makeup department. I used to make fun of my wife all the time about that because she was the first one in our household to get into Game of Thrones, and I saw that episode of South Park that Rick said. And
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
And she's like, you have to watch Game of Thrones. I'm like, why? So I have to look at cocks the whole time.
Yeah, right. And where you?
But then, so I was like, all right, we're gonna take a cock count. And it's really all just one.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, man, if for the amount of boobs there are, amount of females getting naked versus the one, it's.
Yeah.
There's
localized.
There's a sliding Larry Flynn scale going on.
It, and I'm like, all right, there it is.
The sliding Bob Guccione scale.
But yeah, pretty much when they got to like the third season or so, they just started going straight forward, tits and ass and violence.
Well, that's because the one chick became Sasha Grey was a porn star before she went on there.
Yes.
You know,
Sasha Grey was on Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, now I got your attention. I hear Riley Reese playing a Harley.
I don't think she was. Yeah, I don't think she was.
No, she absolutely was. Yeah, absolutely. Sasha Grey.
I'm not up to date.
Who's the chick? We're gonna look that up right now.
I'm not on the most recent seasons, but I've known of Sasha Grey for a long time since I was like young.
I mean,
who was it though? There's definitely a chick.
No,
I'm pretty sure Sasha Grey. I'm pretty sure.
Like she's cute. She looks like she'd be like a church girl or something. And she just
they suck the best cock. Because they're sucking cock for Jesus, man.
Look, listen, we're about to cut to the break. So I'm gonna
Sasha Grey will ruin your fucking life.
Yeah. So we're here right now, everybody watching on YouTube, everybody now watching on Facebook. This is Awesome Talk Live going on. So what I would do if I were you is I would go to Home Bar Productions on YouTube right now.
You should do that.
And hit subscribe and join all these wonderful people in the chat.
Wonderful
like
people.
Hatim and Nair and Hatim and Nair.
Nair, you son of a bitch.
And stay for the performance because this guy right here, Ray Beats, he's gonna perform when we come back from the break. We're gonna talk to him. He's gonna perform, and that's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna fuck that shit up.
Yeah, kid.
For real. All right, so we're gonna cut to the break. Matt.
Go
All right.
left.
Cutting a break. We'll be back.
You're listening to us. Get the bass.
Yeah, and so well, I told you that story where I went to I want to make that a Young Tony story with Stones, where I go to the guy's house and my wife is like, "Look, if you're gonna have sex with her, make sure you bring home a videotape." I go there, the guys. I told the story a couple times. But yeah, and the best part was he calls my wife from the bushes. He's like, "No, what? My wife's like, are you crazy? You're lucky he's not fucking the shit out of her, dude. You left him alone there and told her to take care of him."
He calls your wife from the bushes.
Oh, he did, dude.
He's outside with binoculars, like.
Well, no, dude, I told you he called the state troopers.
With a safari hat on.
Yeah, right.
The best part was when I ran into them like 2 weeks later at Sam's Club, and she still had the because anyway, never mind.
Can I just translate the headline? Terrifying poltergeist attack. Conan Cameron's violent ghost knocks out woman. Can I just change that to crazy person throws themselves about a room?
Yes.
Like that really fucking says.
Was there a poltergeist? Was it an infrared camera? Was it like an ectoplasmatic camera?
It was no kind of camera. It was just a
There's
CCTV.
way more dead people than alive people. If there were ghosts running around, there'd be a lot more than rare sightings that only shitty newspapers
most of the people come back as
cover.
lamps and stuff like that. So it's the people that are stuck in between.
I know some people that are already might as well be lamps.
I know some people might as well be stuck in between.
I pay a girl $50 twice a month to come and just stand with a lampshade in the corner. Okay, that's my little secret.
That's power. That's power.
She has very pretty feet.
A driver thrown into road after crashing car, which then parks itself perfectly.
That was a Google car.
Wow.
A Tesla.
That's amazing.
Maybe the car just didn't like the guy. It's just
maybe it was a poltergeist attack.
We don't need you anymore.
I told you to wear a seatbelt.
Maybe he was kidding me, and he had to send a fucking text to his fucking imaginary
I'll go
girlfriend.
wherever the fuck I want. Thank you very much, human.
Michael. I'll go wherever I want, Michael. The car is like, it just doesn't like him, throws him through the fucking driver's side window.
Goes and fucks the guy's hologram girlfriend.
But I love that it takes the time to park itself perfectly, too. It's like, all right.
Well, yeah.
Now
This gotta be safe.
This is some AI shit right here. This is the robots turning on us.
Add a little twist of fucking, that really fucking is the bullshit on the top of the story to it. You know, the guy's like, yeah, fuck you gotta go park the car perfectly.
Yeah, right.
Dude, they're coming for us.
They're coming for us, man. Skynet.
Yeah, I'll be dead.
Man has steel ring cut from penis by firemen.
Again?
What is with
Romania?
Dudes? I don't know.
Florida.
Tallahassee, Romania?
Well, I think this is actually Australia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. China. A man in China was left humiliated and more than a little sore after he placed a steel ring around his manhood before going to bed.
For what reason?
What, you put a wedding ring around it? Well, you know, there's plenty of reasons you want to put something around your cock.
Yeah, but not to go to sleep. You don't want to wake up with your boner trapped in some blood-filled,
Let me tell you,
you know what I'm saying?
Nightmare.
The best dreams are made of boner trappings. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's a hashtag. Best dreams are made of boner trappings. But he fucking. So here's the thing. They had to cut the ring off with a saw, so it must have been like
I
a
thought you were
diamond
gonna
saw.
say a sword. I'm like, what?
If it were a chainsaw, dude, I would absolutely love the fact that those two stories were connected.
Why didn't somebody just blow him and he would lose his boner, or did he take like
Because
some Chinese Viagra?
I've learned from being on Ice in the Face for 130 fucking 7 episodes that when a man sticks his dick in a ring that's too small for the penis, once the penis is hard, it doesn't go back down. It's stuck.
It's like letting the dog fuck you in the ass. I got you.
Pretty much like that.
Gotcha, you're not.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And
yeah, no, those penthouse letters were really crazy back in the day.
And, so like they had to like cut it off his dick, but they also had to use tons of cold water so that the ring wouldn't heat up while they were sawing through it with the fucking blade. Yeah. So, but you know, I feel like if you're gonna go through this, you should probably have the burn ring around your dick to just commemorate this moment.
I think I would rather go with a greased up pair of fucking pliers from the inside and just fucking cutting it out.
Yeah.
Just the saw. I mean, because it's engorged, right? So it's got to be engorged. So it's got to be like.
So you hit a vein, that thing's gonna
It's got to be like a muffin top.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Exactly. But it's a big.
And those
purple...
Chinese, how good could they see with a fucking with a saw? You know what I'm saying?
And so a big purple muffin top, and then if you hit a vein, even a small vein, that thing's gonna start spouting off like old Faithful. You're just gonna be.
That will get it to go down.
Yeah. I would not wear the white lab coat while doing this because that thing's ruined.
What about a prostate massage? Like a really vigorous prostate massage might get him to.
It might drain the blood out. You know, going from the back,
or maybe he wouldn't be able to
from the inside, and maybe he's trying to massage the blood out.
Would that be intensive? Like, you know, he started to ejaculate, but because it was cut off, and now his balls and where below the ring were swollen, so now the ring was just in the middle, like a little fucking.
The ring doesn't know what's going on either. The ring's like, where am I?
The ring knows. Those rings fucking know.
The ring knows. Let's see here. What the fuck is this? I don't know. Woman suing Toyota for making such tasty wiring.
She ate the wires. God, let me tell you what. Toyota makes tasty popcorn. I've been over there a couple times. And
yeah,
they got a popcorn machine there. I love it, man.
Well, I guess rodents ate at her car. That's not as funny as I thought it was. Fuck that. I'm moving on.
Dude, but it does remind me of something.
What?
That fucking Rick and I. Have you watched My Strange Addiction? I think that's the name of it. It is really terrifying what some people do.
Yeah,
it's just people that like eat. Yeah, the only reason we watch it is so that way we could talk about it on Ice in the Face.
Yeah,
it's so terrible.
There's like one girl who just eats hair. So she had to have like a 10-pound hairball removed from her stomach because it was just knotting up in there, and she's addicted to it. Like
this
she can't
is the
stop.
worst. That we talked about this. This is the first one. Me, Rick, and Stones watched it in disbelief. This girl was addicted to eating baby powder. Okay, and like
was she able to sue Johnson & Johnson over this whole
tons of it? But this is the most fucked up part, right? She's talking like you hear the narration of her telling the.
No, I'm sorry. She ate makeup.
You're right. She did eat makeup.
The baby powder was
the baby. Okay, so she ate makeup. That she ate eyeshadow mostly. So she's narrating like about her life, and as she's narrating, you see like the camera is like showing their normal family life, and there's breakfast being made, and the mother and the sister live there. You know, it's like a documentary, and.
She's got some mascara.
She's like, me and my mom and my sister, we grew up eating baby powder. We've always eaten baby powder. And like, you see them sitting at the table together to breakfast, and like all three of them completely like oblivious to what just came out of her mouth, that like anyone would take this as anything other than completely fucking bizarre.
Yeah, right.
Just moves along like it didn't even come out of her mouth.
Yeah, they're like, we just sprinkled our baby powder on our pancakes. It's like, what?
It started once when Susie thought it was powdered sugar, and we like that.
Yeah.
For guys were paying us to fill our mouths with fucking baby powder like a sock and fucking
gun wielding Alabama mannequin challenge leads to 2 arrests.
Yeah, I read about
Weapons and drugs seized.
It's like these people on social media think you're not gonna get fucking arrested.
Think you're not gonna get caught for shit, dude. I don't get it, man. So like these 2 like guys who have illegal guns and illegal drugs tried to do the mannequin challenge. So they basically stood out in the open with guns and a bag full of drugs until the cops just came and arrested them.
No. The cops saw it on social media.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, that's on social media.
Okay. Yeah. And then, a gun-wielding mannequin challenge video led to the arrest of 2 men and the seizure of several firearms and marijuana at a North Alabama home. Yeah. So they just stood outside with guns and filmed it. Hey, no one's gonna notice this. No one's gonna fucking notice this. What is wrong with this generation, man?
Well, number one, they're doing mannequin challenges.
You know
yeah,
what?
it's the
And
best
planking,
way
right.
to stand around and do nothing.
Yeah, right. It's an artful way to stand around doing shit.
It's not that artful.
Yeah.
The thing is that we live in a time where if you didn't video it and post it online, it didn't happen.
Right. Yeah.
That's where this comes from. So people do dumb shit and they're like, well, no one's going to I can't just tell someone that. People
right.
only think in pictures now.
See, it used to be back in the day when you were going to do some dumb shit. The idea was do the dumb shit and then scram. You know,
We'll sell some tickets to it first, and then
yeah, right. And then you scatter.
Then next
you know?
to the little, then to the next one horse town.
Don't hand over proof to the whole world.
Yeah, but no, see everybody. You
know what I mean?
Everybody
It's
just
all a
wants to
fucking
be
joke,
a star, man.
Yeah,
Everybody,
dude.
it's ridiculous, dude.
Grandma's added to police force in G unit.
What?
Grandma's added to police force in G unit, grandma unit. Let me tell you something. If you want to send in people who are unsuspecting, who are going to fuck your life up, send in a bunch of grandmas. They show up with a pie and shit, and they're all like, oh, hey, little guy, I just brought you over a pie. And then they're like, oh, I see that bong in the corner there, and all of a sudden they're coming through your windows
It's
and your
just
doors.
Getty. We're waiting for Sylvester Stallone to come
Yeah,
through.
right, exactly,
with that
dude.
grandma cop movie, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah, 11 grandmothers were sworn into the grandma unit, as their shirts say, this week in West Virginia. Grandma
What are
unit.
It was the main
duties?
focus of their tactical force.
Well, now they aren't going to be on the streets arresting people or making traffic stops, but they're ready to hit the ground running with one mission.
Underground sex trafficking at Leisure Village. Fuck it, man. I was just about to move into one of them places.
I know. Now you're fucked, dude. Now you're gonna be narked out by grandma.
That's all right.
By some hot ass grandma.
I've been waiting 50 years to get busted by a woman like you.
Ooh, oof. It smells. It's weird. It's fucked up. Pretty pink pistols. Just
Wait,
as
but seriously, what is the focus of their tactical?
they
force
want
now?
them to go around and give hugs to people.
This is what this
This is
is
what
all
this
paid
fucking
for by
Facebook.
the tax
Yeah,
money.
thank you for that.
Because this
yeah.
is a very, very like people complain.
I'd rather
that
she
other
give me a
people,
hand job than she hug me.
Right.
Like people have the fucking
job.
nerve and the balls to complain that some people need help and food assistance, yet. That is a good use of all the taxes that come
Yeah,
in.
right.
Let's have a hug force
For some strange old lady.
Swear in some like.
Smells like mothballs,
Let's
cottage
paint
cheese.
blue lines down the road. Like none of this is a good fucking use
No,
of
it's
money.
all stupid. Yeah, right.
Well,
it's all
yeah,
stupid.
but sometimes you got to use the money or you lose the money. It's the end of the year. People are
Use it or lose it. Well, find something more productive for fuck's sake. I'll tell you what, man. A bunch of crazy old ladies walking around town trying to hug people. It's probably going to
That's
lead to
not
some
gonna
arrests.
end well.
It's going to lead to some arrests. People are like, hey, I'm sorry. Some homeless lady's out here trying to hug me. She's wearing a police shirt. She says she's one of you guys. This is crazy. And the police are going to be like, oh, she is one of us. And then the person on the phone is going to be like, what are you fucking kidding me? I have to let her hug me?
And then the guy's like, "Well, this is West Virginia, sir.
Yeah.
Have a nice day."
And I'll be like, well, I guess I am in West Virginia. I guess this is pretty West Virginian. It's West Virginian.
Mountain Mama.
Yeah. British company behind anti-impotence devices to offer super fast drone delivery so customers don't wilt while they wait.
They're delivering whores by fucking drones now?
Let me tell you something, Tony. I wish it was whores. This is what it is. It's just a twisted piece of wired device that basically is about the size of your average erect
for
penis.
sounding?
So you hook your head of your dick into the front end, and it keeps it sticking out while the base puts pressure against your pelvis, so that your penis is not necessarily hard but soft in a device that stretches
one
it
of
to
those African
capacity.
women's with the decorative neck things.
So why don't you just get a dildo, get some Scotch tape, just stick the
Let me tell
fucking
you something.
floppy dick to it, wrap it
Yeah,
all
right.
around.
Yeah. That's a better idea.
Thank you.
It's a better idea, and it also makes for a thicker, harder penis.
Well, wait, but are they saying that this is for erectile dysfunction? That this is that
Tony,
what it was?
This is what it looks like. So your head goes in the front.
I got
loop.
it. Yeah.
Like, and this is an invention. It's an invention,
right? But is this like a penis growth device?
It's
What's the object?
It's called the Stays Hard. device is designed to help men with erectile dysfunction.
Okay, so it's erectile dysfunction.
Right. So if you go soft,
So
you've got
I
a couple
guess
of pieces
You're
of
still
wire.
gonna be sub,
You're still-
but you know you
I
can play a
don't
good bass line and boom, 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 boom.
I think the point of it is that,
That courageous
you're
cat sound.
expected to be hard, but if you start losing it, there's a backup system in place.
Exactly right.
No, in that case, you need something that's gonna play with the balls. That's all I'm saying.
And you also need something thicker. That this is just a bent piece of wire. I can do this with some fucking needle nose pliers and some armature wire.
But does that thing send you text?
This thing does not send any text messages. No, but so really, it's behind the curve.
Is there a safety clasp so that if my penis gets too engorged, I don't have to have it cut off? Is there
well,
like
this
a
thing
safety
sort
release?
of bends. It's not.
It
It's not
calls the
steel.
guy with the chainsaw.
It's kind of like one of those things that you splint that you have on your finger.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, right.
A dick splint.
It's a faux boner, is what it is. It's a phoner. It's a faux boner. So, and it doesn't even do anything, man, because then all you got is wire jamming in and out.
Nothing about that is gonna make the chick like all down and ready to go.
I know, like you put this on, and the chick looks at it and goes,
"Am I gonna get electrocuted?"
Yeah, like what is this? It's not,
you pick up AM radio on that thing?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're just trying to, like, what is this, dude?
I could see,
Yeah.
I could see if it was a penis growth thing, that event that
Correct.
during the day stretched your penis out or whatever.
Right.
But I really don't see how that's going to keep you hard unless there's an attachment that sticks to the fucking
It
finger
doesn't keep
covered
you hard.
in hot sauce up your ass.
It creates the illusion, if you squint a little bit, that your dick is staying hard when it isn't, because it's just stretching out the soft one. So the head is hooked in the front.
It's creepy.
This is crazy talk. This isn't doing anything.
This is basically built by people who have never seen a penis ever.
Is there a demo video for it?
There's no. I will look for a demo video. I think a demo video is absolutely necessary for this.
Even the guy in the demo video is like, "What the fuck with this
Yeah, the
thing?"
guy's
really?
like, dude, my dick can be hard. Why do I need this? One more. Pennsylvania man, 89, gets lost on trip to store, ends up in Alabama.
Nobody wants it. He's never gonna get out now.
Can I just tell you something? Any 89-year-old man who can just disappear to Alabama with no idea the fuck he got there is pretty talented in a weird way.
Unless he did a whole bunch of fucked up shit and he's like, it was a fugue state.
Yeah, I was in a fugue state.
I killed my family, and now I'm a preacher in West Virginia.
Yeah. A suburban Philadelphia man whose weekend trip to a neighborhood store somehow led to a 900-mile detour to Alabama.
That happens.
Come on, we can't give the guy some credit for making it to Alabama alive?
Well, it depends on where he was trying to end up.
Well, he's just trying to go to the store
I mean,
and
if
back.
he was trying to end up in Alabama, then go him.
This does happen a lot. That's what these silver alerts are you see on the Parkway.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, man, like they're giving him shit like it's just some old confused man. Maybe he was trying to escape. Maybe it's like one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims trying to run out the door, dude. He's trying to make it to Hawaii. He only made it as far as Alabama.
And then they brought his ass back.
And they brought his ass back, dude. That's what they do. They rope you in and they pull you back. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ice and the Face Patreon. We're happy that you swam your way through the sewers of the internet to get here with us. Thank you for being here.
Yes, where you travel through the sewers of the internet, we live there.
Exactly right. We're going to explain a little bit about our Patreon rewards program and say thank you very much for
being a friend.
Yes, thank you for being a friend. Our first tier is titled the One of Us tier, where you pledge $1 a month and you get to be pretty awesome for doing that, and we thank you for contributing to our dream. The second tier is called the Sharpened Potato Weaponry tier, and that's where you pledge $3 a month, and you're not only awesome, but you're like super awesome. Like you could tell your parents, your grandparents, your cohorts, your cellmates, anybody who you can talk to. Our third tier, go ahead.
The Spork vs. Chork tier, which will get you 10% off any future Ice in the Face merchandise that we are able to produce from this Patreon. Basically, any donation, $1, $3, $5, it all goes to website costs and trying to get merchandise out to you, and hopefully in the future also towards doing more live shows.
Yeah, and that's $5 a month, by the way. And then we move into our final two tiers, which this is where things get pretty saucy and extra crispy. The fourth tier is the genital brick smashing tier. Now, for $10 a month, you get 20% off of any potential merchandise that we make. You get a free half-hour show. Well, it's not free. For pledging, you get a half-hour show that's available only to Patreons.
Well, on Patreon.
On Patreon, yeah.
You're not a Patreon. You're a patron of the Patreon.
Yes, exactly. And in addition, if you have something that you want us to rage about, or something you need some creepy advice on or something, and you want us to write a blog post about it.
On iceintheface.com.
On iceintheface.com. You can pick either Sarah or myself, and we will have at it on iceintheface.com, and we will shout you out, you know.
Or your website, or whatever you want. Or if you want to remain nameless, because the subject of your blog post is so horrendous, you would never want the world to know that it came from you originally.
In other words, you're a little embarrassed. You're a little embarrassed.
But we're not.
But we're not. We have no problem with that. Our final tier is the super special one, so it's crispy and dipped in sauce. That's the $15 tier, called Hilarity Over Feelings tier. This one gets you 20% off merchandise, just like the last one. But it also gets you, for signing up, once that first payment comes through, you will get a custom Ice and the Face cassette tape sent to your house, or your box outside, or your van in your parents' driveway, wherever you live. We will send it to wherever you want us to. And that will be a custom tape.
And it'll have a secret show on it. But you'll also get a link to a download of a digital version, so that way you don't have to, like, you know, dig through an attic to find a cassette player.
Yeah, or your parents' basement to get a Walkman out. Though it would be dope to hear what we would sound like in 1988. Also, we'll randomly send you postcards and stuff like that in the mail, so, you know, approach your mailbox with a little bit of caution. You might not want to send mom and dad out there.
And then, for every month you stay part of that tier after the first month, you also get a free... Oh, well, free, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You get a secret show every month on Patreon, and on top of that, you also can suggest if you saw some sort of disturbing news article or website or whatever it is.
Or if you caught your little brother doing something weird and you want us to philosophize on it.
You can suggest a topic for the next secret show for us to talk about. Now, Rick and I never tell each other or discuss what we're gonna bring up on the next Ice in the Face, so that way all reactions are authentic.
All natural.
So, we ask that you make your suggestions to either Rick or myself, so that way it keeps with tradition of both of us not knowing everything that's going to be talked about on that episode.
Presentation is everything. And
now,
we like to keep ours authentic.
And we do reserve the right to not take certain suggestions.
Sure.
So, like, if you're like an angry racist, we're probably not going to run with that.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to feed into. That's something for you and your family to discuss at Thanksgiving dinner. That's not our issue. That's your issue. So if you need any of this reiterated, you can look down below.
Or you can just press play over again.
Or press over again, or look down below to read in heavy duty detail what each tier is worth. And thank you so much for checking this out, because we really want to expand the world of Ice in the Face. We want this to be our lives.
The world is ugly. Let's make it uglier.
Yeah, let's really dig into it, man. Let's give it some unneeded plastic surgery.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much for listening.
Now everybody takes pictures of it. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Hey, yo, what's up? Welcome back. Awesome Talk, Season 8, Episode 1. We are back on the air. Hold on a second. Let me see if we are on.
Hello! Ah!
Hey! What's up? What are you doing over there, man?
What am I doing?
Where'd everybody go?
Excuse me, Matt Klahosi.
Everybody's
I think
coming
a
back in.
butt situation might be weird.
Mine's large. I'm sorry.
This is like the last call portion
no,
of the
it would
show.
just be weird
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's like the last call portion. Yeah, really? No shit.
Yeah, it's like last call. You gotta do that thing that they do in bars where you're like,
Okay.
All right, you don't gotta go
We all
home,
have
but
a
you gotta.
seizure and the show
Yeah.
ends.
no, if we all had seizures, the show would definitely keep going.
I have to pee so epically bad right now that
Okay.
like it hurts to move.
That 7 minutes went by really quick.
That's
super
what
fast.
she also said.
Hey!
Hey,
Hi, Al.
I'm sorry.
you
It's all good.
should
Crept
be.
up on
Son
all
of a bitch! So anyway, so we are we're in the last wing of the show.
We're in the throes of the end.
We're in the home stretch.
Yeah, over here now. Hey,
Almost
Gegita.
there.
Okay. So first off, I want to say thank you so much for being here tonight.
Oh yeah. Man.
Thank you for having me.
This is you slid right into this perfectly, dude. Like you fucking understood the dynamic.
We were talking
completely.
about that outside. I was like, hell yeah,
It
dude.
was
Anytime.
It was great,
anytime.
dude. And I really am a fan of your music, dude. Your music is fucking amazing. So I want you to talk a little bit about what influences you, what's going on in your life right now creatively, and what is out there that you want people to know about.
My influences are a lot of East Coast rap and a lot of just indie rap all across the board. When I was young, before I knew I wanted to be a rapper, I was experimenting with beats at like an early teenage. I was listening to a lot of gangster shit because that's what was being put on the radio, was a lot of like G-Unit, 50 Cent, Eminem, and I thought that was because it was the only rap I had access to. I thought like that hood shit was cool, and like being gangster was cool, drugs and all that stuff. But then I found like indie rap. Honestly, it was like Atmosphere opened me up when I was like 14 or 15. I was like, oh man, this dude's rapping about it, like emotional shit and stuff like that. And that's when I transitioned from being a producer to being a producer rapper, because I was like, I can just rap about how I feel about stuff, even if I feel sad or something, and that's not too cool or like street or gangster. I can still just do it, because fuck it. So he opened it up for me, and of course I've explored so much indie rap and so many other genres as well other than rap since then, that like all of it influences me. Honestly, like sometimes I just take a break from rap and I listen to other genres. In the past year and a half, I got really into like a lot of like folk and like folk punk and stuff. I don't know if you guys ever listen to like Andrew Jackson Jihad and stuff like that, Harley Poe, and like I draw influence from that. Like when it comes to lyrical content, the stuff they sing about, like I'll be like, oh man, I really like that idea that he was singing about. I'm gonna rap about something similar. So it's not just rap music for me, but I've been doing it for a long time, more than 10 years now. I released an EP a couple months ago. What happened was I had a song and a music video. I didn't have a project for it. The song was called Drum Life. I filmed a DIY music video with my DSLR camera, and I showed it to my roommate. He was like, this is awesome. We should premiere it at Mill Hill Basement, which is our local rap venue. Well, it's a punk venue, but we do rap shows out of there too.
Yeah.
And we premiered it on a big screen, and like probably 20, 30 people showed up, and everybody was like, oh, what an amazing music video. So like I wasn't content with it, and I felt insecure about it. The song's kind of whiny, to be honest, and my roommate Ray was like, dude, you just have to upload the music video. People want to see it, upload it. So I uploaded it to YouTube. Some random guy I worked with, I didn't even have a relationship with, he saw it. He was a dishwasher in the kitchen I was cooking in. He saw it, and he took on his own initiative, he shared it to Reddit. And the minute he shared it to Reddit, it just got upvote after upvote after upvote. It ended up on the front page of Reddit.
Nice.
So within 2 days, it got more than 300,000 views. These Redditors just fucking attacked my YouTube channel. Like hundreds of comments from Reddit, and so
What's that? Can I ask you something? Psychologically, what is that like? To have something like that suddenly happen? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? Do you feel scared?
Good.
Like, is it? What do you think of that?
It validified for me to my family. It validified all the work I've been doing, and it validified my absence. I've been absent in a lot of the like critical parts of my life. Like I've been fixing it lately. I've been spending a lot of time with my kids lately, but previous to that, I hadn't been very present in my kids' lives. and people were kind of like, well, at least he's fucking doing something. You know, like, a lot of my family praised me and were like, oh shit, Ray, maybe you really are on the right path. Like, you're doing well. But now I'm learning how to be productive in music and be an active father in my kids' lives too. And even like the mother of my children, who I've never had a good relationship with, she's like excited for me. And like, we have a good relationship now. She sees what I'm doing is good. Like, she watches my music videos and shit. But I thought, when it originally got 300,000 views in 2 days, I was like, oh, I fucking made it, bitch. Fuck you. I went into work, like the day it went viral, I went into work the next day drunk as fuck, like coked out of my mind. I've been doing coke all night, just watching the view counts go up. I was like, fuck you. I don't work at that job anymore. And I'm gonna have to get another job again soon. But I've been taking the 2 months off to focus on making a bunch of new content. I have more content completed, mixed and mastered on my hard drive right now than I have released to the public right now. So I have a ton of content I'm sitting on. I'm just waiting for a reason to release it. And but yeah, I basically, like, I got a big head at first, but that was a small step for me. 300,000 views is great. I would like to, within the next year, do 500,000 views. A year after that, I would like to do 1 million views. You know, so that's where I'm at. It was great for me. We released the EP, me and my roommate, Ray Strife, who's also a rapper. As soon as it went viral, within the next week, we released the EP. It's called Gretchen on Acid Telling Her Mom to Shut the Fuck Up. And that's on Spotify, iTunes, whatever, Apple Music, Google Play. It's on every platform. All you gotta do is Google search Gretchen on Acid. And we released that right away, and we sold more than 100 copies of that, so that translated into a little bit of money for me. And now it's just about moving forward. That was a great thing that happened. I'm so appreciative of Reddit. Thank you, Reddit, for noticing me. I feel like in the tier that I'm at right now, I'm at the top of the bottom tier. And I feel like within the next few years, if I stay focused, I don't let drugs or alcohol get in the way of my workflow, I feel like I can really break through into the next level and become and make a living off of my music. Like, I'm ready for it and I'm working hard, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, dude.
Thanks for letting me talk that long about it.
No, man. Talk all you want, dude. Dude, that's fucking great, man.
Yeah,
dude, where can people find you online? Where should people look for your music and stuff?
Since that video trended on Reddit or whatever, my SEO, which is search engine optimization, has increased greatly. If you just YouTube search RayRayBeats, all one word, Ray Ray Beats, my shit shows up. But I'm Ray Ray Beats everything. Facebook/Ray Ray Beats, YouTube/Ray Ray Beats. Fucking Newgrounds/Ray Ray Beats. My gamer tag is Ray Ray Beats. On Xbox Live, I got the PlayStation Network ID, Ray Ray Beats. It's just all Ray Ray Beats. All one word, spelled proper English.
Awesome.
So that's where you can find me online, Ray Ray Beats. Google me.
Is there anything else that you want to say or plug? Anything at all?
What you guys are doing here is really fucking cool, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you for having me on the podcast. The fact that you guys are here. Yeah, thank you. The fact that you guys are integrated with YouTube is a huge bonus. I hope when this goes on YouTube, tag Ray Ray Beats Heavy, all one word. Tag the word Ray, tag the word Beats. You know, because I really hope that people searching me will find this.
Oh, you know, you can link it to you can link it to anything you need to link it to. Absolutely, and it stays up after the, absolutely, it stays up after the fact. So
I'm proud to put this show on my resume.
Oh yeah,
thank you, dude.
Thank you.
You were great here tonight, man. Like I said,
yeah, you did a great job.
So if you want to find Awesome Talk online, go to awesometalktv.com. Find Awesome Talk TV on Twitter, Awesome Talk Online on Facebook. And if you're already watching this shit, you should be hitting subscribe already down below. I want to say big ups to our sponsor, Nevermore Designs. Nevermore-designs.com is where you get yourself a handsome Awesome Talk mug. These mugs are heavy duty. They can hold 2 beers and really cave in somebody's skull. Yeah, because they're mega heavy.
It will fuck your orbital like nothing else. All right?
No idea. Math will forever be a mystery after being hit with one of these. So you're gonna play me. You're gonna do a song.
Yeah, I'll do it right now if you want me to.
Okay. Before we do that, there's something we reserved for our guests called the final word. If you had a final message to the world, that you had to give out right now, what would it be?
Take a good look at everything that comes out of your mouth, at every interaction you have with human beings, and make sure it's about love, and it's not about selfishness, and it's not about hate. Make sure every interaction you have with people is one of love, and that's how you'll get ahead in this world. Like that. Showing love to people and being kind to people will push you further than anything. Like when people can speak about your reputation in a positive manner, you'll be accepted anywhere you go. So love, not hate.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ray
All right,
Beats. If we could make some room for him over here.
Yeah, come on, man.
Set him up here at the end of the bar.
All right. You want to hit play on this bitch for me?
Yes.
Screen should stay on. You just have to bang play for me once I get into place.
Alrighty.
Yo, this is a funny fact. When that video trended on Reddit, I like to like say it live in front of before I perform a song. Somebody criticized me as being that one flow that white people like.
I read that.
Yeah. So that's me, Ray Beast, the one flow that white people like.
I'm gonna love it.
All right.
Pretty white.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you, Ray Beats.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, man.
There we go.
You ready? You ready?
Oh, yeah. Drugs in the dragoons, the daisies and the daffodils are blooming. Everything is blue, less human, more spiritual like a fear of riding bikes. My girlfriend left me, and that ain't right. Grip tight upon the microphone, it makes me feel less alone, and when I hold it to my chest, it works like a stethoscope. Yeah, I'm getting drunk because I'm upset. Blame it on the passing waves of natural disasters, everlasting days. I say swears, not prayers, cause the one I love is simply not there and I care. Cascades of landscape change, handshake at the thought of caught up drowning in a lake. I'm a concrete brick, I'm high stakes with the lilacs and snakes. If they really cared about you, they would love you when you made mistakes. Face to face with amazing grace, laced in razor blades. Baby blood is in my mouth, you can have a taste, one kiss. Then I vanish like a drunken wish. Bandages don't heal the damage, they only cover it, one kiss. Then I'm under the abyss, I care a lot, but I act like I don't give a fucking shit. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me, breaking free is easy. Breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me, breaking free is easy. Breaking back in is more appealing. That's exactly how I'm feeling. Cold world, spiral out of control. Contrast is stark. From a bath of light to a cavern dark. Battle-star vernacular, Tabitha's out of character. Acting all promiscuous and shitting on commitments. Truth is in the chitlins. Rubik's Cube of women. Super glue the truth onto a buoy, send it swimming. Lend me a hand, my man. I need a ship of friends. We could drink beers from here to where the river bends. Sick of trends. On a mission to relive again. And when I die, I'll bridge the gap between our middleman. Get offended. Make amends, bathe naked in a lake, bake a cake that says fuck your birthday, stay up late, play the games until your pay is taken. At least the booze is cheap and all this food to eat, and she's still rude to me, but I'm accustomed to it. I'm not a number, I'm a name with some trust issues. What's this fuse? Touch it, it combust. Misuse of the gift that I was given on that short bus. And when the Porsche comes to get me, I'll be chillin' with my bling on, performing all my sing songs. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me, breaking free is easy. Breaking back in is more appealing. Once I'm off the floor, I'll touch the ceiling. Hide abbreviations in the script, lie to people chasing dreams. Tell them you could be the same as me, breaking free is easy. Breaking back in is more appealing. And that's exactly how I'm feeling, y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Right.
Dude,
You could just hit pause on that now.
that was fucking awesome. One more
Thank
time.
you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, right.
Thank you for giving me the
much.
platform.
Thank you so much
man.
for being here tonight, man. That was fucking
dope.
brilliant, dude. Thank you so much, man.
It is.
So,
Thank you, man, for putting me on.
absolutely, dude. Listen, so this has been Awesome Talk, Season 8, Episode 1, on February 21st, 2017. Thank you to everybody who's watching. I see Random Ramblings with Rob just got here, man. You gotta check this shit out. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody on Facebook who watched. Thank you so much again to Ray Beats for being here one more time. Thank you. We will be back in 2 weeks, man. We have all kinds of developments coming this season, man. All sorts of new stuff. One of the things we're working on is a 360-degree camera in the middle of the bar, so you could see in every direction if you want shit like that. So we're working on it.
The wound in the exit mouth?
Yeah, the wound.
Exit
Yeah,
wound in the mouth?
yeah, the wound in the exit mouth.
The panoramic.
Wound in the exit mouth. So anyway, again, thank you, Awesome Talk Season 8, Episode 1. Hey.
My girlfriend's gonna be glad.
Ladies and gentlemen.
My girlfriend will be glad I didn't talk about our sex life.
Thank you all very much for drinking with us.
That's awesome talk.
That's awesome talk.
We out.
Oh, thank you guys. Fuck.